You got a good suggestion of the full screen, and I appreciate you doing this with me.
Well, and this album, this is the album I think I created when you were graduating from high school. So it's the first 18 years. So it's starting at the very beginning, going to graduation time. So
yeah,
it'd be fun to share.
I've gotten kind of a preview of it from looking at the other albums, and some of the stuff towards the end is fun. So is this where it all began?
Starts at the beginning. This is I think your mom at the hospital at the birthing room. It's funny, her stomach went kind of straight out at a 90 degree. I remember watching TV or movies so she could put a cup of coffee on top of her thing. So
yeah, it looks pretty. She's looking pretty tired in this picture, huh?
This was in Colorado Springs where you were born. And when she went into contractions, we were out and I think kind of messing around on the tennis court and just, it was like you didn't want to go in too early. But this is when you finally went in. They had sort of the birthing room versus the hospital room. So that's where this was.
Oh, so this is the hospital. I was wondering what this is. It's like the soda on the wall, or
maybe some art or something. But yeah, this was at the because you look, it's a hospital gown. You can tell it's not at home.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then that's what it looks like after. That's like my umbilical cord and everything, huh?
This is when exactly when you were born. It was sort of
wow,
close because you're still connected at that point. You had just come out. When your head crested, it was you saw the jet black hair. And so like this is the tasteful cropping of you were brand new.
Wow.
Umbilical still connected. So.
Did you cut it or did they cut it or whatever?
I don't. They make a big thing. It's like, oh, do you want to cut it? I don't remember if I did or not. To me, it was like, I don't want to cut anything. But,
it's interesting to see, just with the cord and everything.
Yeah, at that point, you were probably 5 seconds old or just out.
Straight from the beginning, huh?
First breaths, yeah.
Wow, yeah, and then back in her arms.
Yeah, and again, they're still holding the umbilical there. So this was real time.
Wow.
At that point, you were maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds old. So it was like you come out, you're okay. Clip the umbilical, the cord, they put a stopper on it, then hand you to your mom.
Pretty cool that you had a camera along with it, and it looked exhausted after the delivery.
So in the birthing room, they had sort of the delivery bed, the little lazy boy. So you had the room for maybe, I think we were there for 24 hours. And then on the way home, we didn't go straight home. We stopped at HB and like, look.
Oh, yeah, that day.
Yeah.
I kind of heard that story.
Because I don't remember the time. I think you were born late in the evening or early morning. And then you had some time to sleep, and then you check out. So it felt more like a hotel room kind of thing than a hospital room.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty amazing. And this is just interesting to see some of the old styles and stuff too, with the chair and everything. Yeah. I think that's pretty. It's just interesting to see how the fashion changes and stuff. So that's me after a couple days, or?
Yeah, probably a couple days, but still pretty young. That was your first good photo. You had to have been home at that point, but eyes.
Nose all squished up.
And awake, yeah. Dark hair, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it almost... Yeah, there's tubby time, huh?
Yeah, it's funny. You look like the big eyes when you get wet. Your eyes just bug out like, oh, what's happening? And a your ring that and this was just in the kitchen sink.
Oh, really?
You put that in the kitchen sink so the baby don't drop them or someplace. Kind
of foreshadowing for all the swimming that we did later on. Yeah. Oh, look at that, Ramona.
Yeah, this is in Loveland. This was when you were baptized. Ramona's your godmother, and so she has the flower. And that was when you were baptized at Trinity Church.
Oh, yeah.
That's where your mom and I were married. That's where Nan's funeral was later on.
Is that also Pastor Graham who sent me some letters? Because I've got those. Yeah. That's really thoughtful.
Yeah, he was the one who baptized you.
Was this Nan's old house here with the grass and the tennis courts?
Right by McKee Hospital on Blue Leaf Drive. There was the duplex by the hospital. That's where that was.
Yeah, right across the street's like Nan's new house on that lake. Is that what?
Yeah. The park and the tennis courts are in the background of that picture.
Yeah, she looks pretty young. Do you know how old Mona was in this?
No, I don't know.
I wish we had pictures of Nan's backyard from the duplex because it kind of had that plant thing, and it was kind of like a neat.
Maybe it shows up later. I don't remember all.
That would be cool. Condom Kid.
I think it was a handmade cover up from your grandma. I think from Grandma Bone.
Huh.
She knitted that, so that was a handmade gift for you.
It's cute. It's like funny how it kind of looked like a pacifier or something.
The Hershey's Kiss, yeah.
Yeah. And wool, it's like, this is before we knew I was allergic to wool.
I think it was your grandma. There was a nice lady at the church that knitted things, that she made several things for us. It could have been from her, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's a classic one with the
this
teddy
is
bear.
this is at the Sears photo studio up in the mall. So we took you and Cassie for photos from time to time, and then prop you up.
It's a good one. It's cute.
With the teddy bear, yeah.
Huh. I like that. Hey, there's the good dad.
Look,
I just got.
looks like an elf costume, like the Christmas.
When I look exhausted or something, like I just came out of the ocean, and I'm like, Yeah.
I don't know, still pretty young.
Less than like 1 year old kind of thing.
I would say, less probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Recognize
it?
No, I don't recognize it. It might have been, it could have been at Nan's house, during Christmas or something, because I didn't take the photos, somebody else did.
Well, at this point, we look kind of similar. Like, I don't know, you're probably a little younger than I am now, but, just...
Yeah.
This is my future here.
And look at how dark my hair is there versus yours. So
look at
similar.
It's turned colors since then. It's a little... Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah, this is on Greenland Drive. Again, getting a bath in the sink, all excited.
Here's the sink.
Just the kitchen sink. You're still small enough for the sink versus the towel.
I'm missing some teeth already.
Yeah. That had, because you look at all the teeth there. It's, I don't know. It's hard to guess the age. I call it gramnesia. It was like So this is Grandma Ehrlich. This is Paul's mom.
Oh, okay.
And when you were born, there was 3 grandmas. There was Grandma Ehrlich, Grandma Bohm, who is your Tammy's mom, and then there was one other great grandmother who didn't last very long. I don't remember her last name. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's Grandma Ehrlich.
So that's great Grandma Ehrlich.
Yeah. So Paul's mom, Sweet's mom.
Huh.
This is the other grandma. This is a great grandmother. I think on the Ehrlich side, you'd have to ask your mom. But she was, for you to have a great grandparent when you were born was pretty impressive. And I think at that gathering, there was, 3 generations, her, Grandma Bohm, your mom, and you. So that's 4 generations, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, she does look pretty old.
Yeah, look at the rotary dial phone, not even touch tone, but, it's a rotary dial. Of course, it was in her house.
Is that where they're at?
Yeah, this is probably a picture of...
Thanks for pointing, not touching. I appreciate it. So the camera would wobble and everything.
Try. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And it looks like pretty happy and.
Oh yeah. You get to see, and look, you weren't just a newborn. You had been a year plus in that photo.
Oh wow. Get to be. At this point, we're getting to be one. That looks like Grandma and Grandpa on Mom's side.
Yeah, Tammy and Paul. This is at the house up by Bodecker.
Oh, because it has the stucco. That might be the one on Bodecker when he was just building it.
Yeah. This is outside of the dining room's there, and just on the outside there's sort of the patio with that door.
The sliding door, and then the pond would be behind us.
Yeah, it'd be over this way.
Yeah, well, Tammy looks nice and happy and kind of young in that picture.
Yeah.
Paul's got he's going the facial hair route too.
Yeah, that's where he had most of the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he always had sort of a beard like that. He was never clean shaven.
Huh. Hey, that's a happy one. That may be at their house or something.
This is at their house. You can see the picnic bench sideways as a don't fall down the stairs.
Oh.
Gate. And at that point, the house was mostly unfinished. There was no carpet or anything on the floor. It was just the drywall and the shell because he had sort of built it himself.
Well, that's cool. And then look at this. What are we doing here?
So this is on Greenland Drive in the back, and I think
It's like, which fence is that? I feel it's like on the left, the Bushy's house would be there. So could that be the Boswells, like over the fence?
this might be
Bushes are-
back where we were starting to build the
It was
swing set, because I don't think we had a garden there.
I thought I remembered having a garden, but you know there was a sandbox under that
Yeah.
thing too.
Yeah,
You know,
could
under
be.
the treehouse that we
Yeah.
eventually made,
It could be where the sandbox.
the litter box,
Yeah.
as it were. That's
I think
cool.
that's all
Okay.
that on.
Looking good.
It looks like double turning like a garden too. So you're always out there helping even at that age.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to be recruited to help.
So this was on the house on the one side. We put in that it's a hedge to kind of cover things up, and got one of those augers and drilled the holes and planted those trees.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you were helping. You were kind of eating dirt there. And,
Needed
Yeah.
some more iron in my diet.
yeah, that was to cover that neighbor house. And I think maybe they put in a wood fence eventually.
I think they did because I don't remember that view very often.
when they and those got to be fairly thick, like a hedge.
But yeah, a lot of memories remembering like behind us where we're sitting now would be like that kind of house and the roof and like laying down and watching the shooting stars. That was a pretty special moment that I remember sometimes.
This is playing in the backyard. Again on Greenland. Obviously, you're too young for slip and slide and stuff, but playing in the water in the summertime's fun.
Yeah, drinking the water out of the hose and no.
It was birthday. I don't know if it was which one, but eating your birthday cake and smearing the chocolate frosting on your face.
With the hippie haircut
yeah,
too.
yeah, you had longer hair.
That's
And
fun.
your hair wasn't black anymore; it was blonde at that
I
point.
feel like I remember some of these things. You know, just like the outfit there with the kite.
Yeah.
There's me in the sled. That sled was a favorite for years and years.
Yeah, we had that kind of forever. This was again the Greenland Drive, so dragging around, probably out on the golf course, I suppose, across the street.
Oh yeah, that's a fun adventure. You guys used to do cross country skiing. Did you tie a rope around your waist, or how did you?
Yeah, it was kind of a combination. There was a rope on that, and so as you got older to cross country ski, Cassie would go for a ride in that. But at this point, it's maybe it's just you. Yeah, maybe.
We'll probably start seeing her soon.
Yeah, I think so.
That could be her.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good picture.
You look at the frilly dress, that's Melanie or Tiffany, because they always wore the dresses that were like doll dresses.
You're right, and that's way too
frill.
old. It's like bigger than me.
Yeah,
Cassie would be.
so that's probably Melanie, probably Melanie.
Maybe even at their house or something, because
yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't know. I can't tell that thing. Learning how to brush your teeth.
that's important.
Do it like this.
Keep doing a good job, Court. It's important.
Keep working on it.
Yeah. Cute picture.
Reading books.
Oh, I remember that brown sofa and how it was kind of like a favorite.
That's
for
true.
all
It's
those
at that leather sofa.
years. Like laying on it and stuff. Thanks for reading to me all those years.
And that's the front window. It had those bifolds, so that was the thing where the front part,
Before the sunken room.
Yeah, it was the one with the parking floor.
Well, on the window ledge, I remember that style where it's like rocks and plastic and nice. Good job with the plants.
Yeah.
It's another one. What's going on with the lip there? Do you remember?
Yeah, you had cut your lip on something. I don't know. The kids are always getting banged up. But yeah.
Oh, fun.
There you go. And that's Dan.
Oh.
Yeah, going to play. And so, okay, that's the neighbors. Oh, this is this is the fence that we took down and expanded the land, because that's the apartment by the pool.
Yeah, and the lilac bush would be on the left eventually.
And eventually the swing set would be back here.
Yeah.
Dan coming to visit and playing with you.
Huh. That's fun. The pool and everything.
Oh, let's go back. So look at the shirt. That's me, yeah. And Dan's in the blue shirt, and I was in the white shirt with the blue sleeves.
Yeah.
I had the glasses, too.
That's really good pictures.
Yeah, me splashing, yeah. Or maybe you flashing me, probably both, but you're got a big smile.
Nice action shot.
Yeah.
And then this is that pine tree that grew really big in the middle.
Yeah, it's probably before the swing set, because it's back in that corner. I don't see it. So
I think it would be on our left in the crabapple tree or,
yeah.
well, something. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be back here. So it's maybe not yet, but
There's that
playing,
fence.
playing in the sprinkler in the summertime.
Pretty neat that they let us take down the fence. And I guess you kind of work with them and ask permission, or was this around that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because there was there used to be a pool and just an open green area, and they didn't mow it. And there was a fence around the pool, and since it was an apartment, they covered the pool. They put a deck over it, so nobody used it. Nobody used the deck, and there was a fence. It was just tall weeds, and so I asked the guy. So I started mowing it, and then I put a little fence to connect it, so then it became nobody could get into it except for us, and
Yeah.
actually built a sprinkler system back there to so the grass would grow, and then just took care of it for a few years. So that was nice.
It's amazing because these days it'd be like, well, liability, and you don't want to lose track of who owns it.
Yeah. Most people that was a good finesse thing. Most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't do or wouldn't agree to it.
Communication skills make a big difference.
Yeah, so this is when Cassie was born. So it's like out of order, but it's not. So, and she was born in Loveland at McKee, and Nancy Oshbach was the one who delivered her.
Oh wow! Maybe she took that picture.
Maybe, and then other people were around, and so that was you getting to meet Cassia for the first time. But that's again. It's not. She's not 5 seconds old like you were. Everybody's cleaned up and put away.
The first kid gets all the special treatment, huh?
Yeah. So it's like getting excited. You've got a baby sister, so that was a big thing.
Yeah, and making it positive because it might be kind of scary or confusing for a kid.
Yeah. You wanted it to be you're lucky now. You have a sister and you're a big boy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty with the flowers.
Yeah, Cassie still has the same dark hair as you. She looks pretty tired there.
Yeah. Big day. Oh, there she is. With the...
Yeah, a little. Okay, so maybe this is earlier in the day to get. Yeah, because you got to be there, to be part of it. You weren't there when she was born, but pretty right away you were the first. You were special to get to go and meet your sister before other people did.
Yeah. Well, and I thought it was this outside, but it must be wallpaper at the hospital on a shiny floor.
Again, probably some kind of birthing room where you have a nature scene to make it seem more comfortable or something.
Yeah, and entertaining her.
Back at home, yeah. So, and you look at her, she's maybe not a year old, but she's quite a bit older and playing your harmonica and the different things from the dress-up box. The cowboy hats and different clothes, and that grew bigger and bigger over the years.
Yeah, those were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think we'll see more of those, but yeah, it's
like don't jump on your sister.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Jump on your sister. Oh wow! This is like when we start? I don't think it's. Could that be my room where we have stuff around the edge? Because eventually we had the ledge and the train that went around, or all the.
It could be. Yeah.
It feels like my room because my bed was in that corner.
She would have had a crib, yeah. So eventually, you see the ABCs are on the ceiling. Eventually, there was a shelf there with the train, and
it was like a red shelf. It was great, and then this was foreshadowing. It's like good that we have a rail there so Court doesn't fall off, and then I guess we took it off.
Yeah.
Hot air balloons were a big thing. I remember, didn't Nan's office have a hot air balloon hanging from there?
Yeah. She had one made out of silk, and then maybe you or Cassie had a mobile that was, was a neat thing. Yeah. And that's like a Mylar butterfly balloon that's flying that you're trying to get with a stick or something.
Yeah, is it just floating? It's like a balloon.
Yeah.
It's kind of an ominous shot.
Yeah. So I'm sure these days it's okay for your kid to climb up on the furniture right above it, your little baby sister laying there. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Precious.
Yeah, it's kind of classic. It's timeless. You both look innocent.
Yeah.
And then you were doing a good job,
Yeah. I've always tried to do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's fun, just hanging out.
Yeah, that was your bed. So, and look at her, painted, she knew who her big brother was.
Yeah, we were best buds, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is Cassia's baptism, again, in front of Nan's house on Blue Leaf. So the same place, just a few years later.
Wow.
And so godparents at Mona now, at this time it's Dan.
Yeah, you guys are looking nice and sharp. With your, you were working at HP this whole time?
Yeah.
What was the story? Because you guys went to Cornell and you were in the sorority masters or
We
parents.
were house parents at the sorority, and your mom was pregnant, which all the girls in the sorority thought was really creepy.
Oh,
Because
so they could
your
start to
stomach
see
started
it.
getting bigger. It's like, ew, you've got something in your stomach, and your mom, she was having morning sickness and your hormonal changes when you're pregnant, and I was graduating, but I didn't have a job yet. I was applying to different jobs. I wanted to come back to Colorado, so I was looking at HP and Kodak, and I had the internship with Kodak, but they weren't hiring. They had a hiring freeze on, and fortunately, eventually I got a job with HP. But before I did, your mom was, like real nervous, and it was stressful for her, and so it was like her thing was like, you got to have a job. I'm pregnant, we're poor, we don't, we're out of college. What do? You need to join the Army. Was her thing.
Oh, yeah.
Promise me, you'll join the Army.
That's just as a backup, right?
Yeah, it's
Like, I just went to college.
Got my Ivy League MBA. There's probably a place for you in the Army, but fortunately we didn't get to that. So
Yeah.
it worked out.
And then you guys, you got the HP thing because Kodak didn't work out or something?
Well, Kodak had a hiring freeze. I had worked there before. They were going to offer me a job, but those were the two tickets back to Colorado. And then I was fortunate to get the job with HP, and I started at Colorado Springs. They hired me, and they moved us to Colorado Springs, and that's where you were born.
No.
And then a year later, I got transferred to Greeley, and then we moved to Loveland. And so that's where you were born in Colorado Springs. Cassie was born in Loveland.
It's neat that you got to get a little closer because you're like, well, I'll take Colorado, but being close to Nan because she was there.
Well, and in northern Colorado, there was Loveland, Fort Collins, and Greeley. There's 3 HPs there, so it's way more, it was closer to family and way more opportunity. The Colorado Springs business they made oscilloscopes and real old technology, and it was a slow business.
Oh, yeah.
And Greeley was just, a superstar division. They had a product, and all it was a big box the size of, bigger than computers now, like a gaming computer, like 6 inches tall, 2 feet by 1 foot. And the only thing in that box, it had one of them had just a floppy drive. And the floppy drives were, 8 inches by 8 inches.
The big ones, yeah. Math munchers.
And then they had a disk drive, and so they were making a disk drive, and it was a 10 megabyte disk drive, and they were just, and I think, well, actually that one, it was just a floppy drive that they got from Sony and put it in the box, and they couldn't keep up,
Wow.
and they had a 10 megabyte drive, and there was a rumor that it was going to go to 20, and so it's just 20 megs was a lot back then.
Yeah, lots changed. And once you got that transfer to Greeley, is that when you bought the house that Dan used to have? Or was that before?
No, when your mom and I got married, we bought the house right as we got married, or before we got married. And Dan had bought it. Dad helped him buy it when he was probably in junior high. He had it for 10 years as a rental.
Mm-hmm.
We bought it from him, and it was sort of a flipper thing that he had just rented it, so we went and painted it and kind of gussied it up, and we sold it maybe 6 weeks later, made some money for college, which was good. I think we probably made $10,000 in a month or something like that.
So you didn't really even live there too much.
We lived there while we were there for a month, and so we worked on it like crazy.
That was before Cornell?
Yeah, and it was it was a way to make money for Cornell.
So you graduated CU and you kind of had...
Graduated from CU, and I worked with mom and dad in the real estate business for 2 years. And
between college.
Yeah, so out of college, I sold real estate for a while. And the economy, this was in... It was maybe
1978, 1970.
Yes, I think I graduated from college in 79 and 80. And the interest, so selling real estate, the real estate interest rates were real high. I think they were like 9 to 12%. And so at that interest rate, it's really hard to buy anything. And so the industry was just really hurting. But I was able to sell some properties and make some money. So I made money on commission, and I made money flipping that house, and then went to Cornell. And so and then, all the money I made, and I bought that Audi 5000 car, so I sold the car, all the savings, because when I graduated from undergrad, I had college scholarship money left over when I went on a trip to the Caribbean. And
What? That was one of your first international trips?
Yeah, I had.
Is that Bermuda?
No, Jamaica and Antigua and
Okay.
all over. Eastern Airlines had a thing where you could get an unlimited ticket anywhere they flew for like a month, and they went to the Caribbean, so I went to all the islands down there. When I graduated from college, I think I had $3,000 of scholarship money left,
Wow.
and they gave it to me, which was just amazing. It's like, I got all these rent bills and stuff,
Yeah.
and so I used it to travel. And then
CU did that?
Yeah.
What was the scholarship from?
I got several real estate scholarships, an appraisal scholarship, and a bunch of, none of them were giant full ride stuff, but it was still money.
It's sort of like you helped me. I got like a fashion scholarship, or a couple like $1,000 here, $1,000 there. That was good advice.
Yeah.
And now rewinding even farther, so you had the 3,000 after graduating college, but then when you guys got married, you also didn't you go to Bermuda on your honeymoon or something?
We did the same thing on our honeymoon. They had that. They still had that. Eastern Airlines had that unlimited thing, and so we went back to the Caribbean. We went to Jamaica and several of the islands.
So you guys went on the first trip together too?
No, I didn't know your mom.
Oh, okay.
It was just me on my own. So I didn't meet your mom until maybe a year after I was out of college.
So this is the thing. So it's like you graduate college, come back to Loveland, do real estate, go on that cool trip, and you had the extra money. Then somehow you meet.
Yeah, and I went on that trip right away after college. And I was working. I met your mom at work. She had, she had applied to. We had an ad in the paper. It was like rent with an option to buy, and so she came in. It's like, well, I need to rent a place, and maybe I could buy. And that's how I met her. Was when she came to Pop's office.
It's funny because I remember her also doing appraisals or something later in life.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe you're both working in real estate, but
no, she was a secretary at the time, and when we got married, she hadn't finished college, and I think she had dropped out of college or took a break, or she went.
Was it the forestry thing up in Glenwood Springs or something?
Yeah, to Colorado College in the mountains. She went for a while, but it was sort of like the mountain experience kind of thing. It didn't get, she did some, but she was just working as a secretary. And so then when we went to Cornell, she got a job as a secretary there at Cornell.
Nice. And she could take some classes and stuff too, right?
Eventually, I talked to her, and it's like, take classes, because you're working. She worked for like a auto mechanic shop as a secretary for a while, and then got a job at the university. And with the university, you can take classes for free, and it's like, get that on your resume.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the resume candy. There's some themes in here.
Yeah, and then too, she met people at the university and talked to somebody that had the job as the house parents. And it's like, here's a good deal, because we had rented a condo off campus the first year, and so Cornell was expensive. I had a bunch of savings, but we were just blowing through it, and I had to borrow money to finish. But to be house parents at the sorority, you got a free place to live, you got free food, and then they paid you $200 a month or something. It wasn't much, but not having to pay
free room and board. It's the RA thing.
And the experience was wonderful to live at the sorority.
Making spaghetti in a big vat or something. Isn't that what I heard?
Yeah, cooking for 100. There was 110 women that belonged there, and on Monday nights everybody ate at the sorority. And halfway through, our cook's name was Margaret. She was real sweet, but halfway through the year, she had Parkinson's. She died.
Oh, man.
And so we didn't have any cook. And so for a while, we were cooking. And we're the managers, so we had to hire staff. So we had to hire a replacement cook. But in the meantime, people had to eat. And
you guys got to step up.
Yeah, cooking for 110,
We'll look the other way that she's pregnant if you become the cooks, because wasn't it supposed to, you're sort of not supposed to be pregnant or parents or something for...
That was okay. You just had to be a married couple.
Okay.
And, I was the only man that was allowed to live there.
In the sorority.
Yeah.
Didn't you say, the girls were like, oh, she's pregnant, and that was kind of freaky, but also what else was it like to be a sorority parent at Cornell with all these girls running around?
It was really neat. It was really neat to get to see the women, because
in their own environment.
because I was sort of invisible. It was called Dad, and I was just there, and I was married, so it was sort of
You're safe.
You're just you become invisible, but to see them, at dinners, talking and laughing and telling stories, they're really some neat women there. I really enjoyed that, and Cornell. I wasn't a big sorority fraternity fan, but at Cornell, there's a housing shortage, and so it wasn't like, well, we're the party house, or we're, a lot of women chose that sorority just for housing.
Yeah.
And so we had women that were in ROTC that were, athletic, kind of jock style. One that was librarian. There was some party girls, and then some very girls that were from very wealthy families that had, custom made clothes and were used to servants, and so are all living together. So it wasn't like, and I thought that was really impressive. I really enjoyed that.
Absolutely. It sounds really special, and
maybe
it makes you a good father to Cassie too, because you're like, oh, how do people act as they grow up, and kind of normalize it.
Undergraduate, I didn't live on campus. We lived in the condo den, and I lived on the condominium. So I never lived in a college dorm ever.
Wow.
And so being in the sorority was the closest I got. And they had all kinds of different dances and functions that we got to go through, and so that was really neat. And Cornell, the campus is just the beautiful buildings and all this neat things. So that was very special to me. I was some of my best memories is of the things we got to do at the sorority. Cornell was very special to me.
It's a good reminder. That's how I say CU is one of the special memories for me, because you're kind of involved and you're part of the community.
Yeah.
So
you had a very different experience than I did.
It's neat to see Nan here. She looks kind of young, It's like she's just starting to get a little bit of gray.
Yeah.
But artistic and kind of the fashionable stuff that she did. There's Estes Park, I'm guessing.
Yeah, going up towards Trowbridge, there's the pullouts where you can feed the squirrels or feed the birds.
Could this literally be like Rainbow Curve, Trail Ridge Road that I later jumped on my snowboard? Because that's when you go up to the Continental Divide.
Well, this would be towards Trowbridge, so it would be past Hidden Valley.
Okay.
But you see the bird there, that's one of those Clark Nutcracker.
Camp robber?
Yeah, the camp robber. And so if you hold peanuts, they would fly and you could feed the bird, and then here you're feeding the squirrel.
That's pretty great.
Which they tell you not to do, but of course we're doing it.
For the picture. This is before they had rules, I think.
There you go. Oh, look at that.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. Like crawling around, there's that brown couch.
It was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that couch a lot.
It's sort of indestructible.
Good for having kids, huh?
Yeah.
So, it's a garage sale.
Garage sale, yeah. You got to wear the thing with your mom, and I don't know who else in the back is selling stuff.
These pictures are great because it's like, the garage. It kind of had the drywall with the shelves, and you used to have the big metal toolbox back there.
Yeah.
And parked the cars in here, and then you hung the trailer on the wall over here.
Remember the Model A would be on that one side.
Oh,
there.
yeah, the Model A was in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were helping with the garage sale.
Wow.
And this was probably in there where we had the big tandem bicycle, too.
Oh, that's special. I have a feeling we might see that come up.
Yeah. So this is, getting dressed up for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be dressed up with you.
That's nice. You were the Tin Man, and
Yeah.
something. Skeleton dancers.
You're the Mask Man, yeah.
Go to HP. This is Greenland, and that's where I built later. I think that's in this set. Legos.
And this is where the sunken living room eventually became. This is before it was sunken.
I'm surprised. In my mind, I was thinking this was at the back of the TV room.
You're right.
The Bushy's house is behind this wall.
You're right. I'm wrong. Yeah,
I got these
Memories.
memories.
That was the existing one. The other one, we added the second fireplace.
What was this candle about? We had that for years. I remember it was red. It was fat.
I think we got that when we were married, but it never burned down. It just it didn't get burned.
With kids, you probably put it way up high.
Yeah.
Kind of out of the thing. Hey, more cowboys.
There you go.
Lacoste or something.
Yeah, you can be a cowboy.
Yeah.
If you buy an outfit, you can be a cowboy too.
That's right. I was still growing into mine, I think. Oh, whoops. Did I go too far? Yeah, okay.
Backyard
There's
snowman.
this where they built the above ground pool. Maybe even it's theirs. There's the deck, and then
And so these are the trees that we were putting in on that other picture. And then I think somebody, either us or them, built a wood fence because they put that above ground pool.
and then this was our garden. Where
That
we
was
had
the
tomato
garden. So,
plants.
yeah, and strawberries maybe. Yeah. So that was the garden that was dug.
Oh, look at those boots. It's cool, kind of the 80s or whatever with like moon boots.
Moon boots, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Good job, Dad. Love ya.
There you go. We're getting old enough to go skiing, so we, as soon as you're old enough to do stuff, we would go cross country skiing, and you guys, it looks like that's up in the mountains, not at the golf course, because there's pine trees.
And before dark, see, I was always like, oh no, why do we have to go when it's dark out and have to get up there early? Do you think, or was this evening?
It looks like it's getting dark, yeah.
What's going on with, how old do you think I was there? Because Cassie's 2.5 years younger than me, so 3 something?
Maybe 3,
4?
yeah.
That's kind of like Dylan and Galen
3 or
now.
4, yeah, that's what I was thinking. You look kind of comparable to them. They look old for their age. But.
Yeah, I was always a happy kid.
Yep.
And so, look, I'm starting to look older.
Happy kid again, yeah.
With the wool, I don't remember that coat.
Had a jacket, yeah. Big smile, blue eyes.
Yeah.
Pretty kid. It was in our bedroom.
Yeah, that's nice. Thanks. Tuckered out, huh?
You play hard, you get pooped out.
Yeah. Tired. I'm more tired.
Pooped out a lot. You always, when you're a little kid, you with colic, you always had sort of stomach problems, and so you would always sleep. I would call it the stink bug position. Even when you're a little kid, you can do that to your stomach.
Suffering.
When you're a little baby. It's tough because
it's only been 42 years. We figured out what to eat. It's been a rough road.
Yeah, you were on soy formula. We did all kinds of stuff. It was tough.
Well, I don't want to underestimate what you guys did but yeah, there's Cassie. Yeah. I remember that fan. You guys like the what are they? Antiques from upstate New York. Was that one of those antiques?
Yeah, I think that was more contemporary, but it was just sort of decorative. When you start out, you don't have anything, so you can grab anything you can. But it was sort of a nice decoration. And Cassia was probably close to a year old there.
Yeah, and she got a cute little dress and.
It was a hand-me-down from Tiffany, because you look at all the baby doll dresses, Melanie and Tiffany. Les and Terry Ann must have loved those because that's and I don't think we ever bought a dress like that, so it had to be hand-me-down.
Well, a lot of our stuff ended up being from Goodwill too, so we.
Or garage sales, or the sweat clothes, and we're simple stuff.
They're stretchy, so you fit in many age groups. Yeah. Also, I like that table, and it would slide out and get longer, and it was kind of like metal or something.
And you look, so the high chair. This is these high chairs. It's just a little clamp-on seat that holds on by friction. It's just like a swing set seat. And you just slide it on the table, and just the weight of her holds it there. So there's no seatbelt, no straps, and there's not any legs. It just clips on, and that was sort of a standard thing. We did have a chair behind it, so that to keep
it.
And that was the safety thing. But if you compare that to Dylan and Kaylin's, their high chair has a broad base, and it's like a 5-point racing harness, shoulder straps, belt straps.
For at the table?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, this is a different world. Yeah.
It was a different standard. Look at this. She's feeding me stuff.
Yeah.
And the wallpaper. places don't have wallpaper anymore.
No. Yeah.
It's kind of neat. Georgetown Loop. I went there in recent years with a friend, and it's probably the same trains. Pretty neat.
So it's obvious summer. It looks like fall. Maybe Aspen's turning in the mountains. Went up there for hiking. And, it was fun to see the steam engines and stuff.
Oh yeah. It's so cool that those places are still around. Yeah, I remember this exactly.
We got to ride on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that big overpass, because down here is like maybe a river. Or something.
The bridge where it starts. You cross the river and then go on the other side.
Wow. What's this?
Climbing. Well, you're hiking in the mountains, and you like to climb on stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Just having fun somewhere up in Estes. Mm-hmm. Hey. So
this is by. I think it's down by Papa and Canyon de Chelly.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was going to say Mesa Verde, but I think we went to see Papa.
What's the story with how he ended up there and stuff?
After Nan and Pop got divorced, he went back to school teaching,
Mm-hmm.
and his was just like, well, I went to a place that would hire me because on the Indian reservation they needed teachers, and so he taught English as a second language. He got into that. I don't think he ever spoke Spanish, but
And that's, I was like, it's the first language, Spanish.
And he was, the Chin Lee. It was a school on the Indian reservation, and it was a boarding school that the kids lived on campus during the week, and then they went home.
Oh.
And so we went and saw him down there. So so they must have some ruins there too.
Yeah, I that's how I remember it, and you can tell it's not Mesa Verde or something. It's kind of a smaller one.
We saw him a couple of times, and so there was we went again when you guys were much older, and so based on your age, I'd have to see the other one because it's like this could be Mesa Verde before they got divorced, but that story did come later. So, but it's Indian ruins in Colorado somewhere.
It's kind of nice. There's some more hiking.
Yeah, so the different places. I'm not sure. I know we have stuff like that in Moab later on, but it could be canyon lands and that kind of thing.
Oh wow!
Oh, so this would be by Moab. Oh no, because this we did when you were up by maybe Avon or on the way towards Moab. We went on a river rafting with you when you were a little kid, and that was maybe pre-Cassia. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's Colorado River, definitely.
It's like kind of almost looks like the Grand Canyon.
And it looks like that around Moab too. So it could be Moab. And then that other picture could be around Moab. There's arches and things like that. So that could be.
This stuff's all still there.
Probably. This is on in Phoenix. This is on Dan's sailboat.
Oh yeah.
So we went sailing with him. It was like a 26-foot McGregor out on Lake Pleasant, which is 10 miles from here.
Really?
Yeah. And he would do the sailboat there. That was a boat that he was able to have towards Phoenix.
When I was thinking about doing the wing foiling, I think Mount Pleasant came up as a place you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Did Cassie and Rick ever scuba dive there?
They do regularly. Yeah, that's the big lake. Yeah, that's where the. No, it's the only place you can go that's nearby. So they have they have the underwater Easter egg hunt there. They do pumpkin carving there, and they just practice there because it's like, well, that's open water to maintain your skills before you go on vacation. It's like, let's practice and check out and make sure we're doing it properly.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Another picture with Dan.
Yeah.
I'm steering. I'm the captain.
Yeah. I think Cassie must be one. That would be my guess.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into that cake.
There's Ramona again.
Yeah, she looks real nice there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very happy.
Okay.
All right, so
Halloween, I guess.
Must be. Yeah, that's a cute picture.
Really cute.
Long hair, big smile. Everybody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
This would be another Sears photo.
Sears, yeah.
Yeah, go to the studio.
Nice that we did those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice to have the thing. The time for bozos, yeah.
Oh, look at Cassie's like, what? That's a really cute picture.
Yeah, again, pictures of the hot air balloons. You like that?
This has got to be her room then. So she had, a bed up against the wall, and then because it doesn't look like my room.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you see my nose? Could this have been after the bedtime?
No, it's before it. I think that's your bed because it has the wooden sides on it. That's what you.
Oh, so we changed from the border. Well, maybe we gave that to Cassie.
It could be turned differently. Yeah.
Oh, if we could only see up there. Good job reading to us, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another classic.
Yeah.
Cassie and I on the rocking horse. Did Bob make that, or did I guess he wasn't in the picture yet? But
yeah, I don't think so. I think we just got that. There's
looks like I found it in a ditch or something.
No. it was nice, but it was, it's big and heavy.
Yeah, it's safe. There's
This was a classic.
Chubby Town.
Tub Time. Yeah.
And I definitely remember those tiles.
The
And,
big eyes, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was cute. That was very fun.
That's the hall bathroom.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
You
cool.
helping out. Oh, was that it was an old Hoover vacuum cleaner, and you press on the handle, and it was power forward and power back. And so you like to, so if you press the handle forward, it's like a lawnmower. It's like takes off running.
Oh yeah, and the Adidas shoes. I'm racing.
Yeah, that's a good action shot.
I remember the table, the fridge, those things where you push the button and you could get the top off the plastic.
Yeah.
The long cord that you could take to get some privacy in the bathroom or something, or if you're on it. And then the laundry room behind us. Did that exist yet? Did you guys also make the laundry room when you did the sunken room?
Yeah, we made it when it was
like a utility room.
It was there before we changed it. The sunken room changed the shape in a different door. But yeah, the phone with the cord on the wall.
Yeah, in the kitchen. This is where Cassie cut my hand with the knife that one time.
It's true. It's true. We made your
Swinging
cake for Cub Scouts with that the Saturn cake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And look at the brown and the carpet.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to recognize this now if you went back. Like that day we visited and he kind of let us go through the house.
Yeah.
It's funny how your old memories kind of get replaced. It's hard to go back and remember how it was before.
Yeah.
But the pictures help. Huh. Oh, popsicle.
Backyard popsicle, yeah.
Yum, yum, yum.
There
Oh.
you go. So this is where you fell out of bed and got the stitches on your nose. And so it must have been, looks like Christmas tree in the background, but this is the thing, it was in one evening, you fell out of bed and you cut the bridge of your nose on your bed frame, and it was a wooden bed.
We still don't know how.
Must have had a sharp thing. You can look, I think you've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 stitches to put it together. But when you woke up kind of screaming and then you're bleeding, and you bleed a lot on your face, and so you had blood on your face and by your eyes, and your mom was just screaming.
Yeah.
She was just hysterical. Couldn't do anything at all. And I went to you, and he's like, okay, let's go in the bathroom and put pressure on it. It's like, okay, let's see if we can stop the bleeding and kind of figure out, how big is this or how bad. And it's like, well, okay. And then, you you were okay. I had you put pressure on it, and I got dressed, and then we went to the hospital, and holding pressure, the bleeding had kind of stopped, and we just had a nice visit going to the hospital. It was fun. It was nice to get in the car where it's like, okay, let's calm down here, And like, okay, we got some stitches, and then came back. And so this was probably a few days later,
Was it like the middle of the night too?
Yeah, it happened in the middle of the night. It happened in the middle of the night. Yeah.
What? How did Cassie do with all the screaming? Did she just sleep right through it?
I don't remember much about her.
She was just.
It was just more like trying to, it's like, okay, what's going on? What do we need to do? Yeah, we need to do something. You weren't dying. It looked.
So mom, because sometimes mom's so like sporty and independent. There's not a lot of, oh no, sweetheart, how are you doing? But this time she was clearly freaked out because
she didn't do any. It was just. Nothing constructive. She was upset, and it's like, do something and scream, and it's like, go drive to the hospital right now. It's like, well, I'm not going in my underwear. It's like, I need to get dressed, and you're not dying. We don't need an ambulance. It's like, okay, we're getting this. It's like,
Did you wash it off to see what the problem was? I feel like I remember hands on my face.
You just have to go and figure out what's bleeding, how much, and you put pressure on it. It's it's not like it's it's not like a big vein in there where it's screaming out. You're gonna bleed out. It's like
got a flesh wound.
Yeah. So
that's neat to see some of the old ornaments too,
a lot of homemade or handmade ones are one of a kind.
Everything was crafts. Yeah. Crystal Rapids.
This is. What was the one in Loveland?
Crystal Rapids.
Yeah,
I got it right. I remember there was the 3 slides and they wove all around that mountain.
And that was like brand new. Yeah, that was a big deal.
I remember making it and then taking it out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Didn't make it out
super long, yeah. But It's
They had a game room over here and a little wave pool.
for Loveland to have a wave pool and a slide, that was a big deal.
I wonder who does these things. Maybe it's the fad thing. It's like e-bikes. Someone's like, "Oh yeah, this is popular," and they go for it, and it's like you missed the boat.
Well, it's a concession, and so but it's Loveland. It's like, well, could they compete with Waterworld? No, and
it's only half the year. You can't.
It's only open 3 or 4 months, and so can you make it? Like we found out the answer is no.
Well, that's cool. Oh yeah, my BMX bike with training wheels.
Your future in bikes started young with training wheels. That was back in the day when you used training wheels. And this, you look at it, it's a big, heavy steel bike. I'm sure that weighed a ton.
Yeah, Roadmaster. It's got the checkerboard thing, and then you can look in the garage. It doesn't look like the Model A. It looks like something. Looks like you were working on the Model A on the driveway, or someone was doing stuff.
That's the Quantum, and maybe that's that Maverick that I had. I don't know. I don't know where the Model A is.
Oh, right here.
Oh, you're right. Under the cover. Yeah, and the tarp is bad for it. Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Oh, that was because you were saying like tarps. That's when you learned that tarp was worse than nothing, huh?
Yeah, it made it rust, and it wasn't good for it. And then here you're riding a bike, no helmet, no pads.
Yeah, old school. The other thing, these bushes. There's the bench. I think maybe covers. Just keep them in mind because like the new ones are like plastic, so they wouldn't soak up water.
Invented, yeah. It was an expensive cover. It was supposed to be good.
Back then, if it's just cloth, I could see where it wouldn't. Okay, so that's the end of that album. Let's switch to the next one. You doing okay?
Yeah. Are we okay lengthwise? I don't know. We do just keep going.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Just let's make sure.
Well, you got 6 of them based on it.
Yeah.
It's even a 3-hour movie, and maybe it's on this pacing.
Well, it's nice to fill in some of those stories.
It's fine.
You can hear the fan kick up a little because it's working, but that'll go away. The full screen. Okay.
Volume 2.
Volume 2. Okay. It's a lot of Halloween pictures, and I love candy corns. Yeah, because 4. I'm 4.
Somebody has a birthday in October, so you get a Halloween birthday cake.
Oh, yeah. Look what it says. Our pumpkin is 4.
There you go.
I'm your pumpkin.
Your mom must have made it. Your mom made that. Yeah.
On the aluminum foil. I remember doing that. And look at this.
And this is where the laundry is, and that's the sun. No, the second room's not there yet.
It's just the antique thing. Oh, and look at the top part. You can see out to the golf course.
The screen.
Wow. That's cool.
And this is, it's on the camera. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh. I know I have. There we go. Okay. But I don't want to miss anything. There's Pop and Nan.
And Pop, yeah. So the other one was before Dad went to Chile, because they're still together before. So it's like, that had to be severity, and you went to Moab.
Yeah, they look pretty young. I mean, it's interesting to be. I think they're older than I am now in this picture. Do you think, or am I there?
Oh yeah, they're probably pushing 60, maybe? Or late 50s at least.
Because they still look young and happy. That's kind of how as young as I can remember them. Because
so if you're 4, and right now
42.
So
38 years.
Yeah. So and Papa would have been 99, and so minus 30 is so 69, 60. So late 50s, 58. Like
wow.
Younger than I am now.
Well, that's nice. Still got some time, but it is interesting to see time through these photos. And then, do you remember where we got these ice cream clown cones?
Oh yeah, Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
That was fun. And there's that other, just kind of neat memorial things. There's the cake.
Doing the farmer's suspenders.
Doing the pocket thing.
Doing it farmer style.
I don't know.
You and Cassie still buddies.
Yeah. Oh, look at that cookbook.
Quit squeezing me.
I remember this. Yeah. There's the stove, and it's fun to be teleported back.
That was a neat, contraption where the 2 seats you could get going. You could get that swinging really high. You were good at climbing up on the top of it.
That's pretty amazing because you're like, where do you stand? There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, you climbed up on things that were moving, but you were always a climber.
And there's the little picnic table
Yeah,
that we had. Right here's the huge tree, the
the big
cottonwood.
cotton tree.
And then there's the thing that went around their pool, the
Right,
apartments.
and so that's the fence that I kind of took out or cut down to half size,
Yeah,
so we could expand that as part of the garage.
That
or
became
the
our-
yard. Yeah.
our adventure zone.
This was at the portrait somebody taken. It was a photographer taking the pictures. It wasn't Sears. It must have been.
It's the same red slide.
Yeah, the same red slide. This would be probably by Rocky Mountain National Park. Or maybe, yeah, probably.
Action shot.
Sometimes we'd do it at the HB Hill, but it didn't look. This is too. HB Hill would be packed.
It could be across the street, the ditch. Remember before they built the Wexford or whatever? It was
yeah.
like down from the ditch.
That could be.
It kind of had the buffalo grass and the wild stuff, but yeah.
Looks like a lot of tracks. Huh.
Oh, Easter egg hunts.
Oh,
And some of these might be out of order, obviously. And
yeah.
it's like
Cassie gets older and younger.
there's the chain link fence before the
wood. Yeah.
and there's the trees. But that was my room
Yeah.
right here.
I think this was the thing when Uncle Greg was the Easter Bunny.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if we'll see him.
So this was, we went to see Papa and Canyon de Chelly, and the roads don't go there. Their roads are kind of at right angles, and so you go west 100 miles and then south.
Yeah.
And it was like, God, it's all, it's in the middle of nowhere. And we looked on the map, and it was like, well, there's a little line that goes straight through.
Oh.
And and I asked the guy, it's like, is that a road? He said, yeah, it's a road, but it's a dirt road. And so this is us. This road, it's like 100-mile dirt road.
Wow.
And it was you and Cassie as little kids, and we had a little cooler with, half a dozen drinks and stuff. But it's like, I don't know if we passed anybody on the whole thing, and it's 100 miles, and, you get in the middle of it, it's like, I hope we don't break, you see bones from cattle and buffaloes and everything. It's like, oh, geez, it's like if you, it's like, if you broke down, and this was pre-cell phone, so if you crap out, it's a long way.
I remember when I first got my car and it was like, here's a paper atlas. This might save your life. Now, the paper maps aren't really a thing.
And, you look at it, the road there is pretty good, but there was places where it was a little bit rough. It wasn't quite a Jeep trail, but it was that Volkswagen Quantum. That was a really good car for us. It worked out really well.
Is that the one that later went through the barbed wire fence?
Yeah. Your mom slid off the road and went through a barbed wire fence, and so it scratched every surface, both, so the barbed wire, the hood, the roof, the left side, the right side. It's like, how did you, couldn't it be just one side? It's like, no. And then it's like, I hate this. It's all scratched. Like, I love that car. It did
How did that happen?
It was fun to drive. It got good mileage, and it was all shiny. And it's like, well, then it was like, well, it's over. like, oh no.
Was it two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive?
Yeah, it was just front-wheel drive. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is this, where's Canyon de Chelly? I mean, Arizona?
Arizona, yeah.
Wow,
So this was
beautiful.
coming from, heading southwest across this cut through. And it worked out fine, but
This was on the way home then.
we were probably going to the canyon this time.
Because Colorado's above Arizona.
Yeah, and it was like, it was obviously a shortcut. It saved a ton of miles, but you don't
go slow a little way.
I don't know that I'd ever driven 100 miles on a dirt road before.
Now you have with your RVs. Huh?
Yeah, and it was but you get in the middle of it and you really think hard. It's like, well, yeah, this works.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Can I even turn around? It's
you
narrow.
probably turn around, but then you got to go 50 miles back, and so
Jeez.
you just want things. You don't want a hot rod. You want it to go.
Or get to a part where the road's washed out and you're like, I don't know if we can make it.
Yeah. So
Well, that's a good,
it worked, but
that's kind of neat.
it's a story because you look, it's like there's nothing out there.
Yeah. Oh, here's some
Including,
more.
and that was the thing. It's like it just goes on, and you look forward and it disappears on the horizon, and you look behind you and it disappears on the horizon, and there's no telephone wires, no buildings, no nothing.
Neat that you took a picture.
Yeah.
To climb up on the roof or something.
Yeah.
Like, this might be the last photo evidence.
So this is by Escalante, Utah. It's Calf Creek Canyon. It's, it's you hike back in there, and there's a neat waterfall. It's a real scenic area. It's pretty. I've been through it a bunch of times.
Almost looks like Slide Rock or some kind of wet.
Yeah,
Escalante County, huh?
Escalante Canyon. Yeah.
Canyon.
And Escalante, Utah, and it's called Calf Creek Canyon.
Huh.
And you hike back. So this is up in Estes Park, the Far Side restaurant.
Oh, I remember hearing about that. I don't know if it's still there.
We've eaten there, yeah. We've been there.
What's the lake if this is an Estes?
It's a little restaurant. They have a duck pond behind it. There's the river kind of goes through, and they made a pond.
Wow,
that's where that's at.
I like all my red, white, and blue. Like like cute stuff. Okay.
And this would be again back towards Moab again, and Moab and Mesa Verde and that Canyonlands kind of stuff.
Very cool. This rings a bell. This slide, was this at like Winona Pool or?
It looks like at a hotel someplace.
So it does.
You're on vacation. Let's stop at a hotel that has a pool, and if they have a slide, it's bonus. And so you guys were big swimmers from way early on.
That's great. I had the goggles. Oh, pinata and the screen and porch before it turned. This is a great picture.
There you go. So that's Tiffany.
That's Tiffany?
That's Tiffany.
Almost made me think Terry.
No, this is Tiffany. That's Terry.
Okay.
And this was an uncle on that side, on the early side. I don't remember.
Is he the guy that kind of his legs stopped working, or he looks familiar?
I haven't seen him for 30 years. I don't.
Tammy, Ramona, Randy there.
Yeah.
Cassie, it's like,
Cassie.
Don't stand there.
Yeah.
That's sweet. And you're saying that's Tiffany?
But yeah, that's definitely Tiffany.
Cool.
Tiffany. Yeah. And then it's fine. Well, my last I saw.
Yeah. Got the same red, white, and blue socks.
Yeah, we did pinatas a lot for birthdays, and had the thing where we had the cookies hanging from the rope and different bobbing for apples and lots of fun.
Well, and then when I was older, we did that non-Newtonian fluid white stuff out at the lake with my friends. So remember that? Where's the HP lakes that were polluted below the HP, and we had like a birthday party for me there and made the white. So I don't know, maybe that was with Mom or something, but it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we can keep going here with the
Christmas,
nice Christmas ornaments.
Same house.
Yeah.
Getting to decorate.
Oh, this is your favorite one. Huh?
This is sort of the icon picture of you. So it's like with your pet gardener snake and a frog. This picture, that's the reason I have that wooden snake, because it's like this is a total icon of you being a kid. You got a frog in one hand, the snake in the other, big eyes outside. You just love stuff like that.
It feels like I was trying to be careful with them and not hurt them.
Yeah, you were gentle with them.
Yeah.
You kept them
And that's the cottonwood.
Yeah.
It was pretty close to the house considering how big they get.
Yeah, it's right by the screen and porch.
Uh-huh. Oh, and there's another one with the snake.
Yeah, it's the same snake, yeah. But yeah, you really like that.
Got the skinned up knees a little bit and the Velcro shoes.
Helping Cassia, the big wheel.
You've done such a good job with photos. And yeah, I mean, look, the energy box, I remember these grew in so thick they became like,
yeah.
I think, full of spiders.
But you did a good job playing with her, and you guys did well. Because it's like.
Yeah, lots of good special moments. There's another.
Sometimes you get a little bit of extra help. Don't you're nice. Let her do it.
That's how you grip.
Let her do it. Let her do it. It's like this is that same Chinese screen.
Do you still have that?
It's right there.
Oh, it's right over there in the other room.
Yeah.
Along with the snake on the dresser.
Back to Sears. You're getting older. Cassie has all her teeth.
Keeping
you
track.
both all have beautiful smiles.
Is this once you knew she had Turner syndrome and started giving her shots and stuff, or?
Yeah.
This whole time, pretty much.
Sure. Yeah, we found out when she was just a little over a year. So she's probably 3 or 4.
Wow. There's that rocking chair again.
Yeah. So the orders jumping around a little bit.
Oh, cooking some yummies.
Helping cook. Yeah.
Apple. It's so funny today versus back then everything's so refined and polished, and it's just like wood, apple.
Well, that's a cutting board, yeah.
Oh, it's a cutting board. Okay. Like the style.
But this, we had, the orange countertops were gone, so it had new countertops with an oak trim on them
and a backsplash.
Yeah, and then put in a pink. We had
wallpaper.
pastels and wallpaper.
Oh.
Yeah, because this, remember, before was the tan checks, and now it was sort of the Victorian dusty rose and colored stuff.
Washable markers, probably a good idea.
Then, Cassie, the booster chair, there's no seatbelts on that either, so now.
At least it ties down to the thing.
Well, it's tied to the chair, but she's not buckled into it, and that doesn't, today, the kid would be buckled to it too.
I remember we were talking about Dylan and Kaylin and how one of them was leaning back, tipped over. Which one was that? Dylan?
Dylan, yeah.
And then when I was a kid, there was like at school, they would tell us, don't tip back in your chair. There was a kid, there was a hole in the desk, he put his finger in, tip back and pulled his finger off to like scare the kids. It might have been true. I mean, I can see how that would happen, but it's, I guess we lucked out.
Halloween time, more pumpkins.
Well,
okay.
Raggedy Ann and Andy kind of thing going on here.
Yeah.
I remember cutting those out, and then eventually the technology got better, and it was like they sold them with plastic with a knife, and it was like a specialized cutting tool.
Yeah, it's like a little plastic saw kind of thing.
That was technology. I mean, your whole life technology happens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because this was with the big butcher knife, cutting knife kind of thing.
That big white one that eventually got me on my finger. Right here.
Yeah.
There's another cute one with the clowns. Okay.
This is San Diego. We went on a trip, and it was funny because it was June gloom in San Diego. We left. We thought, well, it's going to be warm. You get there, it's freezing.
Surfers?
Yeah.
Before I could even really...
Surfers out. And again, here, you hold the Cassie, you would always squeeze her tight. It's like,
She's saying, not so hard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, yeah.
Sorry about that, Cass. That's a lovely picture. And it makes me wonder if this is around the time that I got bludgeoned by you on the beach. No one was there to take a picture that day. Remember when you were taking me to wash at the family beach?
Yeah, it seemed like it was a little bit warmer, but probably you weren't much older.
Yeah. Another chokehold.
Again,
sorry.
You're always squeezing, but it shows you as a brother and sister. Your memory, but it's like, oh yeah, you played well together, and you were,
If I'm 5 here,
Oh yeah.
You think about Dylan and Kaylin, it's like take a picture, and it's hard to get a smile and get everyone.
Yeah.
What's this in the backyard? It's all like dirt.
This is at the beach. So their condo is right, literally across the street from the beach where we stayed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember which one.
Oh yeah, so this is kind of like La Jolla and the cave. This is probably where the cave thing, but like because up here,
up towards Del Mar, there's the hike, or maybe towards Black's Beach or some places where you go down the different trails and stuff.
Wow, kind of timeless.
Yeah.
Look at this. I see flashes of like Greg or Dan or just in pictures, and meet Cassie's like, good job, Court.
Okay, and so this is where you got crushed on the beach. So this is this is La Jolla Cove at that thing, and so we built sand castles and stuff in there. Well, it was a bigger wave, but in La Jolla we'd go and play around.
We'd get all sandy.
Yeah.
And you were like, we got to get the sand off. This will be a quick way, which you still get covered with pummels. I'm not sure the theory was sound. But
Cassie was young, but, again, you had your mask, and it's like, okay, let's go out and see the fish. Because I think there are Garibaldi's there, but you look at the kelp, so when you're a kid and you look out and underneath, there's kelps flying around. It's like, it's kind of scary. And the kelps move. And it's
kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's... Yeah,
but then
we look good, by the way.
Clearly,
like,
San Diego,
looking pretty healthy, and
this is your age.
Yeah, I don't look much different.
Yeah, that was kind of the point. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hiking it back up the cliff, so it's like
hang on.
Yeah, there's Cassie and you. Sandcastles.
Building sandcastles, kind of fun.
It's like a Wendy's cup.
Lots of good memories out on the beach.
I remember there was like the Mario Andretti race, and I got like an autograph thing from him, the flags and stuff later. Just kind of that time period with your shirt kind of reminded me of that.
Mhm.
This is definitely Children's Beach, which now you can't go. Wait,
Children's is further. This is La Jolla Cove with the stairs that come down, and there's
oh,
the cave there. But that's right in. Well, and
the big caves are like the mountains. They're further somewhere.
and Children's Cove is where it has that big thing coming out.
It has the break wall. Yeah, this
Right.
isn't it, but it's something.
It's definitely in that area. There's the stairs. So I think it's by that main town, the Starving.
Is that still there?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
what we
it's
visited
right on the
last
dock.
time.
Yeah,
Gosh, all those years,
we've
40
been there
years.
a bunch of years. We were there during. It was decorated for Halloween once, and like Cassie, she's wearing another Tiffany dress. Yeah, with the yellow foo things like that. Brother, it's free.
Oh,
That's a classic photo. SeaWorld, the Shamu coming up. You have to luck out and get a picture just like that.
yeah, where we're the only ones now. Yeah, it's hard to. This is very special. Back to like, we got to be there at the formation of some of these where it was like, there's a whale in captivity. There's clear plastic. That was something I was really excited about.
Yeah. Well, and they did shows with the trainers with the killer whales there. That's before the blackfish.
Before they ate them, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy, he's saying, I'm going to eat you, kid. Yum, yum, yum.
Somebody riding on it.
Yep. Oh, Denver Zoo?
San Diego Zoo. So they
Zoo.
have the bronze statue of it, and the symbolism. We have a picture of my grandma riding on a live turtle when I was a kid, and so then they don't let you ride them anymore, but they've got the statue, so you can climb on the statue. So that was some of the significance for me.
Yeah.
With the petting zoo, look at you like animals.
Yeah, I blend in.
little monkey, yeah.
Uh-huh. And back, maybe we already saw that picture.
Yeah, I think it's the same one. Yeah. So this is probably end of Valley Campground and up by Estes. You and I would go with you guys all the time.
Wow. Beautiful with the marshmallows, and we had it kind of reminds me of Vincent Smith Park where we'd have the grilled chicken after we'd get home from work and drive up the canyon when it's
grilled
summertime.
chicken and go on the cob and go for a hike. You and Cassie and I, we did that a lot.
You did a lot of fun things, Dad. Thank you. Oh, now we built the swing set. It must have been brand new.
The swing set, yeah.
Wow.
All the big beams and designing that, getting this special hinges for the thing so you could swing high and it was going to let you fall off. And you were able to go way up there.
You did everything great because it's like the chains were coated with the plastic and they actually had the swing, they kind of had the right parts. And you had
and the real hinge, they were like bronze, so because it was like, well, you don't want that to break because then the kid's gonna go flying.
Oh yeah, and then the bench, I kind of remember.
Yeah, and the funnel phone.
Oh yeah, the funnel phone.
And that little treehouse thing. It turned out okay.
Like jump off there onto the trampoline.
Yeah.
Later years. Oh, there's the front yard.
Yeah.
2779.
Yeah.
Greenland Drive. Before we had the little awning. This is Splash Park for olden days.
Yeah,
Right?
You're excited. It's like the summertime playing in the water. That's I think are making boats in the gutter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do remember on the warm days and jumping my bike over that stuff. And there's the
big rainbow pavement road.
They've taken out that chain link fence in recent years. And some of these trees might still be here, but this is the one where we built like a fort, like up in the trees, like all monkeys. And yeah. The
I remember that scooter.
pavement drive. Oh yeah, that was a good one because it's smooth, like with the larger.
Yeah.
I remember that mailbox.
And that around here, it's like you need to have nice grass lawns where you can run and play. You don't realize that until you get to places that don't have grass. In Texas, it's like you don't have soft grass that you can walk on. And so, nice summer days where you're playing in the water and running around just no socks and shirt.
It is nice. I was listening to my wakeboarding, snowboarding videos from when I was like 16, 15, and on the lake. Because Dave Bosch, his parents they lived on the lake in the jet ski or something. But you listen to the commentary, and it's just. it's kind of that age where it's like, Court, if I ever hear you say something stupid like that again, or calling names.
Probably your friends. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I was the nice. It wasn't stupid stuff, but maybe they were repeating what they heard at home or something. But it was like, geez, it's not quite as idyllic as the rainbow and the happy campers.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, it was nice.
More of the swing set.
Swinging, was that kind of a fun ribbon? Just
Well, we've had flags and ribbons and all kinds of, it's like make it high, make it low, and it's like
you did, yeah. And actually, it's like you planned ahead enough to have a hanger just for like a wind.
Yeah, for wind socks and different things. Yeah.
Know how the wind's blowing. And there's the funnel phone thing you were talking about, the hose going through. There's that old-fashioned chair that I liked.
We got that in New York, Victorian settee. Yeah.
I was preparing to be like a little Steve Jobs with my hands. Like, okay, let's talk strategy.
Get ready for a picture.
Cinderella
City. Yeah.
City, yeah.
We were talking about that the other day.
That mall in Denver. Was it pretty fancy mall, or did you say
it was at its time? You look at the different court attractions. It was like a pretty big carousel with nice horses, and so it was nice. You would draw people. It's like, oh, come in, and the kids can do the thing, and it was the attraction. So.
Yeah. Oh boy, is this my first day of school? You're holding me by my ear, taking me in.
It kind of looks like, I don't know, maybe you're saying let go or something.
Time for punishment.
Twisting your ear, and you have to go to school.
Mrs. Fabrillo's class was right here.
Yeah.
And she knew Greg.
Yeah. I think there's a picture of her in this deck somewhere.
Wow, that would be cool.
Yeah, I look pretty calm. I don't know about it. What's going on with you?
I guess we were holding hands, but I was just...
Yeah, let me go.
It's kind of a nice memory. You look really tall.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween costumes are going downhill.
Well, this is I made this at school.
Oh, an Indian paintbrush thing.
Yeah, we had art class.
Yeah, that's fun. Oh, I love this stuff.
Yeah, that was your Lego, and this was, again, a Sears portrait. That was one year where they had the white background, and so the beach set up.
Yeah,
that was your Lego.
Jeez, and it had the kind of had the lights. That was the big deal. It was like there was a 9-volt battery in there, and it would make noise and flash.
Yeah.
There's the
Cassie with the beach thing, glasses. And, that was cute.
Yeah. Hey.
HP Christmas party.
Is it? Wow.
Everybody gets gifts. You come to the big party. And it was probably one of the HP guys. Yeah.
That's fun.
Huh.
Animals. Oh, this is a good one.
Papa, you just giggling. And,
That's a nice picture.
Yeah. That's
right there in the front room. And I remember that hutch with the TV and everything. We had that for a long time. And then the heart, you could press a button to play a song. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
I remember this one. It's kind of a classic. Fancy birthday cake for somebody.
Court, happy birthday, Court, dinosaur.
Look at everybody smile. That's cute. Look at Mom.
Yeah, she looks really happy.
It's us too.
Cassie too.
Yeah, it's a good photo.
Oh. And look at the technology. You got a wristwatch with a LCD
There's
screen.
another one. Take pictures of birthdays.
Ninja
Turtle.
Big hair. Does the hair naturally do that, or you have to curl it a whole bunch?
Probably have to do something to make it like that.
I have to ask girls someday. Oh yeah, and then
This was the old-fashioned. You hang the cookies and you try to get the cookie. Nope, you can't use hands.
Cassie said.
And they would swing and bounce around. It's like it's hard to.
How did you get these ideas without the internet?
This is what they used to do in the old days. You hang the cookies and bob for apples.
And you're just starting the fence.
Yeah. Well, we cut the other one down and hadn't put the lattice on it yet, but
Nice view from this angle. And I wonder. I don't know if I don't think I'm one of these kids, but it's a nice picture. Do you think that's me? Alpine Rescue kind of seems like it could be, but
I think maybe, but I think it is.
I like the picture of Cassie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Halloween you get the Halloween pictures every year.
Yeah.
I don't remember that costume so much.
Cat person and bunny girl.
Well, it's probably Batman, and she's the Easter Bunny, I guess.
And this is that chair, and we had those for a long time, those plants, and
Yeah.
it's really neat to see the old time stuff.
And Halloween, you got that. You're set up the decoration out front.
Did Mom paint this, or it's pretty good?
No, we probably got it.
Bought it from her.
Craft fair. Yeah.
Rad. Fluorescent colors were becoming a big thing, and I remember that skeleton on the window.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice hug with Cassie.
Yeah, it's good stuff. In the game.
Yeah, and that tree that I guess at some point we just cut down.
That's funny. Helping cook. And we had the dress up box. I don't know why we were getting dressed up and helping. It just being silly.
Yeah, the dress up box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh, that's
there's
a good
more
one.
things from the had cowboys and ballerina suits.
That's a wonderful one.
A bunch of hats. Yeah, that was a neat one with the cowboy pants with the fringe.
And it's neat because the view hasn't changed much in recent years.
Yeah. It was neat. Yeah, I always liked to live somewhere where it was open. This end was the front, or now it's the back with the golf course, or in Texas, or Quail Hollow. I really enjoyed having a house that's open on some versus just being a small backyard. We've been lucky that way.
We've worked hard for it. I've been kind of like, it's that big conversation of like, if you get something, how long does it last? What do you choose? But you've put in money for that, and then buying that other house on Blue Leaf to make it good for the kids and stuff. I appreciate that. I got to, even here, I get to kind of benefit and draft on some of the wonderful choices.
The intensity. I get to
See, I've always been pixel perfect.
Clean the windows.
Yeah. Some of these I've never seen.
Skinny like you.
Yeah. You're like, good job, Court. Nice and clean.
Oh, missed a spot.
Oh, remember Crocodile Mile? And it even had a raft for.
Yeah.
I'm pushing Cassie, I think.
Yeah.
Nice to see this angle. So that's where Sam and Maya moved in eventually. And here's the roof. We would go and lay down and watch the stars.
Yeah.
The shooting stars.
Go down there.
Oh, yeah, with the powdery dirt.
Yeah.
It was like, and spiders at the entrance.
Yeah.
Wow. Now that tree is like so big, I'm sure, if it's still there.
If it's still there, those trees, well, the big branches break. They're not good long-term trees.
And the grass grew so thick and fast, it's like you kind of have to keep mowing it a lot.
Mm.
All these right by the house, too.
That's what, when you're young, whoever bought it, you got no things, and so you get you plant it right next to the thing, so you have something. I want the one that grows the fastest. Those are terrible plants to put there.
Those bushes.
But when you put them in, they grow quick.
Did you guys put them in?
No.
That was whoever had it before you?
No, yeah, you always get houses that have to rip them out, and if they haven't been trimmed, you trim them, and then it's like dead, where it doesn't.
Yeah,
It did. It's hard to make them look good.
that's true. Those bushes. Okay, sculpture gardens. I still go there.
Yeah. It's a sculpted park. I love it.
And how Nan was. Can you tell that quick story? How she got in the art council, or
Yeah, so Loveland, when they first started, the reason they have that in Loveland, there's a foundry there where they can melt bronze and different things. So the foundry, they made different casting. It was called art castings. They made belt buckles. Head ski had a head belt buckle. But the people that did sculptures, that's where they would go to get their sculptures cast. And they started out as smaller stuff, but the artists could hang around there because the foundry was there. Because you do it, they cast it, then you grind it, and you work on it, and then they do some more. And so you wanted to be close. And they formed this art council because it was like, we wanted to be an artist community because people are coming here anyway. And they got the idea. They said, well, if we have this festival, it makes artists congregate. There's the foundry that draws them in, and then if you're an artist, you want to get to be featured. You want to be and so if we give out prizes, if we judge it and give out prizes, then the best people will come. And then they worked out a deal. They said, okay, we're going to have this sculpture park, and if it's sort of like if you're an artist, you want to be famous. One of the ways to do it is like, I have a prominent piece placed in a prominent collection, and so the artist would sort of give them the piece, which helps the artist become famous. And that's where, and it got bigger and bigger. And it's the biggest one in the U.S. and it's the biggest judged one across the street. They have a rival because there was sort of a political thing that some people was like, well, we want everybody to be able to do it. So the one across the street's kind of commercial. And so if you're not famous and it's more, I do, barbed wire art, you can do it across the street and sell. But the fancy one is art in the park. And when they first started it, it was a homemade thing that, they had this festival and they were trying to raise money. And so, it was like a barbecue. And so they would cook hamburgers and we had a stock tank full of cans of beer and pop. And so we were selling pop and beer and cooking hamburgers. And now you have string quartets and fancy tents.
Multiple tents.
Oh, it's just $1 million thing now. But
the last time I went too, they said that they use some of the admissions because you pay to go in. And then they buy a piece each year.
Yeah. Well, they have a lot of stuff, and some of the pieces now. If you look at, a piece that's that big, the artist can't just give it for free. But I'm sure they buy it at a really good deal or cost because it's kind of a win-win. Because if an artist has a piece like that, they can make miniatures of them and sell them, and then it's
That's a good point.
It's it's sort of if you're a wannabe. And, it's like, well, why should I collect you? Are you prominent? It's like, oh,
but what about Nan? That was the connection.
She was on the council, the art council.
She makes clay sculptures and stuff.
It was more the committee that organized and run the stuff. And so she did take some classes and do things. But she wasn't the artist per se. She likes the arts and she appreciates it.
So she just got involved as a supporter of, like, I'm in town. Did it have anything to do with her art store? I was just trying to connect the dots.
Well, she loved art. So she had an art gallery.
What was that one called?
It was called the Artisan's Truck. And so she liked Southwest art, but then she also liked the sculpture and she wanted to be a supporter of it. But it takes volunteers, and it was more like she was more than just the cleanup crew. She was on the board. Yeah. And the boards are the ones that say, well, how do we set this up? What should we do? What's the strategy? But it grew up. And so she always got tickets to the show every year, and they have the patrons party on the Friday night, the first thing. So it's like the artists and the donors come in, and so it's the art was very important to her. Yeah, I had art lessons when I was in grade school.
Me too. I think when she put us in the art school.
Well, and then the Lincoln series, she would get tickets so you guys could go to the concerts and the show in the Fort Collins all the time, because art was and to this day it's like. Art means something to me. The art in my house, it's all original art. Some people, they get designer, decorator art, where it's like, oh, I can get a poster. It's like I got a purple sofa, so I need a purple picture. And it's like, that's nice decorations, but art is kind of a personal thing. It's an emotional thing. It's the pieces should evoke images. When you see it, you should feel something, and so that's what I learned from her.
That's nice. Yeah, I remember just the different connections and being proud, like, oh, I think she was part of this and helped do the first one. And I also remember the Lincoln Center shows. There was the parachute one. Do you remember what that was called? Where they kind of like dressed up in these like costume things.
Oh, where they inflated it. And had the different shapes. Yeah, it was sort of like the guy was inside of a balloon. And that's sort of like it makes it. Yeah, that was clever. They had quite a variety of different, the Chinese acrobats or the musicians and the, all kinds of things. So it was good to get exposed to that.
It was.
We were very lucky.
And it says Camp Loveland. Is that when you and I went and shot the bows and arrows and the BB guns?
Maybe. We went to a scout camp. I don't remember Camp Loveland. It could be. We did a lot of different camps and a lot of vacation Bible schools when you were a kid.
Yeah, and around that age, learning to whittle wood, it's kind of a lot of things. You do this Cub Scouts. You had that story that's fun where we went up to the mountains and it rained a ton, didn't it? We were up at it's the Boy Scout one where you did the BB gun thing. And
I don't remember the rain part. You and I went to a scout camp where it was, the dad and lad, or, it was the father-son thing at Scouts, Boy Scouts, and, they had little tents, maybe on platforms, and so you had you had your own tent, and then during the day you came to the mess hall and you ate together, And then during the day, they had all the different stations. So it's like, okay, you can go out and ride, paddle the canoe or learn how to, weave or make a keychain or something. And so you went from station to station and you had to hike from place to place. And one of them was, we did bow and arrows. And then there was one that was like shooting a 22.
Oh, yeah. It was a 22? I thought it was like a BB gun. So it was an actual low caliber.
I think they were 22s.
Wow! So the kids got to shoot at that target.
22 target practice, and back then, I don't know if they do 22s these days.
It is kind of a kid thing, Yeah, it's like
well, and there was a lot of supervisors and stuff that they started out with giant big archery targets, and so it's like, okay, here's how you do it. Here's the safety. You point it and aim, and the target's as big as like a pizza plate, and so it's like, okay, and it wasn't like you did lots of rounds, but you got to shoot it maybe 5 times or 10 times to see if you can hit the target.
Yeah.
And then the dad was kind of helping, but there was a monitor at each station. It's like, okay, I got to do it, and then it was like, okay, should we give the dads a turn?
Yeah.
And so then the boys were like, okay, and so they said, oh, we got the surprise, and so for the dads, instead of the big target like a pizza place, they got out. They said, here's your target's a playing card, and so they said, we'll give you each a playing card and see if your dad can hit the playing card. And the card that they gave us was the ace of spades. It had 1 dot on it.
Oh my gosh!
And so then they put them back on the thing way far away.
Huh.
And the kids were there's no way you're going to hit the card. And for me, and the first shot, I put it right through the center of the thing. It's like, I'm quitting, I'm done. It was like, whoa, that was good, because we used to shoot 22s all the time. So that made me proud of it. It's like, okay, I'm going to quit right now. There's nowhere to go.
Especially for just a junk gun that's like hanging out at the camp, you're able to get it hit right.
Yeah, probably a combination of luck too. So, that was a fun story. To do that together.
You told me about, what was that lake in Loveland where it's on the way to Estes Park kind of, but it's like in Loveland, and you would go there with your friend and go duck hunting or something, carry your shotguns around town?
Well, it was Rist Benson Lake. It's right off Highway 34 when we were kids.
It's like a reservoir because they've got that brick or
it's
rock wall
just west of Loveland.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, we had our house on West 25th Street, and you walk in, the subdivisions ended, and there was an irrigation ditch, and if you followed the irrigation ditch, it went to that reservoir. And most of it, there was no, there was houses on the far side, but it was just reeds and open land. But I'm sure some farmer, somebody owned it. But when we were in junior high and then certainly high school, we were allowed, maybe even junior high, we had guns when we were in, we shot guns in grade school.
Wow. Because a shotgun for a kid, I don't know what gauge it was.
12 gauge. When we moved to Colorado, we went duck and goose hunting, so we got shotguns, and we had 22s, and it was fun to shoot them. But we were allowed, friends would come over, and we would walk from our house down 25th Street to the irrigation ditch to the thing, and go goose hunting. And so, we were carrying guns in our neighborhood to the canal and back on that lake, and we would hunt for. You should try to shoot geese and ducks on the lake, and so and there's houses in there now. But you think about it, it's like, well, even high school. I know I wasn't a senior. It was way before that. It was probably
middle school.
Upper junior high. So that would make you 7th grade, 8th grade, something like that. So walking down the street with guns,
Would you eat the geese, or was it just for target practice?
We did grudgingly, that was the worst part. It's fun,
pick all the lead out or something.
Yeah, and Mom, she didn't like to cook it, but it was like you would, because she was like, well, you're not supposed to just kill things to kill things, and it was fun to. It was more fun to try to figure out how to do it, but then it's like, but we would shoot guns a lot.
Was that you and Dan, or?
I would go with my friends, so Cal Schreiner and Bob Schaefer.
Wow.
Chuck. So Calvin and Bob and I would hunt. So Bob ended up being a policeman.
Really?
Yeah, he was on the SWAT team. He's retired now, but so he likes hunting and outdoors. Calvin too. He's the guy that just passed away this last week.
Wow.
But yeah, we were good with guns. We were probably overconfident with them. So
Interesting. Did you bring them from California, or was it a new thing? Because you're like, we're going to the West now, kids, because you lived in California.
Dad grew up with stuff like that. So Dad took us hunting a few times too, for goose hunting and this and that. Because it's like, well, it's Colorado. They have that stuff, and to try to do it. We never did. I never went rifle hunting deer and stuff like that. It was more just the shotguns, but it was fun.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. It's neat to hear that story. Thanks for retelling it, because I've heard bits and pieces over the years. But it's, I don't know if it is Calvin's wife still alive or anything.
Yeah, she's there, yeah.
Did you get a chance to talk to her or share any stories or anything?
That was just a few days ago. I just got the news, so it's kind of current.
No worries. Hey, there's the full picture. I forgot about the rope, too, that you could climb.
Yeah.
It's a small rope, but for a kid, it's like, that's perfect.
That's on it.
And then the slide that would get hot, as it turns out.
That was a good slide.
It was.
It was getting hot. To come up with the pieces like a real slide. It wasn't just a little plastic thing. And then put the canvas on the upstairs. That was kind of neat. And
that made it work. We'd have like little lunches up here.
The sandbox underneath.
And the bracing. You did a really good job. Remember Sammy from the neighbor came over and naked, running around playing when he was a kid, and sat there and peed down the slide, and then he went, and it was like, and the pull-up bar, chin-up bar, a rope and a chin-up bar, so you fall, you hit the bar, and then we were maxing it out.
A little bit of everything.
But yeah, the logs and there's the sandbox, hey, speaking of...
making sandcastles when the sand was clean before the cats found it.
Yeah, they did kind of turn it into a little hangout for themselves. I remember this bedding.
Yeah, and then we made the shelf up above it. It was Mickey Mouse, too.
There's my little nose scar that I still have, just a little. But it's healed pretty well. Yeah, I like that Mickey stuff. Oh, like space Legos.
Lots of Legos.
I think we even saw that exact one.
Saw that one, yeah. Christmas.
There's that shoe that we can actually see in that earlier picture.
Yeah, and that was literally your first baby shoe.
That's when I was pushing the vacuum. That was, it's neat to see that picture, because I remember that shoe ornament. That's cute. Hey, is that Miss Fabrillo?
This is Mrs. Fabrillo. So the story there is she's your kindergarten teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, still teaching, but near retirement. When she first became a teacher, one of her first classes was Greg over on the right, and so she had Greg in kindergarten, and then she was your kindergarten teacher, 25 plus years later.
Wow.
And the funny story is that, as a parent, sometimes you just you get your kids' names mixed up where, it's like, you swap the names, but she would be talking to you and she'd say Greg.
Yeah.
That's amazing, because after all those years and all those kids, it's like, oh yeah, and if you look at young pictures of Greg, you do look like him. But it was amazing. It was amazing. She was still the teacher. I think she retired shortly thereafter, but that was the thing of there's Greg and you and Mrs. Fabrillo.
That's sweet.
Teacher. Cute picture of Mona.
I wonder what Greg and Mona were doing at this time. Was he at school and...
It could have been, if you look at her, she has a corsage. It could have been, like a celebration for a retirement party or something for her. And that would explain why they were there.
Oh, that would make sense.
Because you might have been her last year.
Yeah, so she's retiring, and I recognize her too a little bit. She must have been one of my friend's moms.
And I don't remember her as teaching Cassia, so it could be it could have been a retirement party.
But what at this time period was Mona in school, and then Greg, was he in Albuquerque? Or?
They were probably in college somewhere, close. Yeah.
Kind of neat.
Yeah. Good pictures of both of them. Look at them.
That's the last one on that round. Should we stop that one and take a break?
Yeah, because you look, it's And at this pace, I don't know how long that was. If that was, that was,
We can see.
because it's got to be.
It's just great. So I'm just gonna full screen again, and yeah, I think we're good. So
Part 3. Do you remember this?
classic, right? This is what we were just talking about the other day with tying floss to the door and then having it pull the tooth out, and I slammed it myself.
So you were at the age of losing teeth, and you had lost several, and we were teasing about it. It's like, should we do this? And what I would do is tie the dental floss around the tooth. It's like, well, instead of me pulling it, should we hook it to the door? You want to do it? And you said, yeah. And then this is you. It's like, we're doing it.
It's like lots of elation going on here.
Yeah, you're excited. You could see,
Some missing teeth.
Yeah, well, you had several missing at that point, and because it was an area where you lost a bunch. But it's all hooked up, and you can see the string on the doorknob, and then you got to do 1, 2, 3, and go.
Well, and I remember some other operations that happened here with this particular door. Remember when Jasper was going through, and I think I was just, don't leave the door open. You slam it, and I think his tail got caught.
Yeah, that's true too.
He was a nice cat.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, they're getting all ready. Yeah, you were excited. We're going to do an experiment. You were in.
Yep.
You were up for it.
Oh, and then we did it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, man. Front tooth.
The previous picture looks like the upper one on the one side. It's in, and because one's missing, and now they're both missing.
Yeah. Man, look how tiny the little...
Yeah. You were pretty excited about it. That was fun.
And the skylights. That was nice, that outside room there.
Oh, yeah, the 2 skylights, yeah.
Care Bears. And crabapple trade. Do you remember we would do like crabapple fights?
Well, this is before we got pulled because you're still there.
It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the park near Nan's house.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been. I remember the tic-tac-toes.
We used to go to the park, the parks constantly. It's like, get exercise, go to the park and play, and just again and again and again.
Cassia kind of looks like Princess Leia.
Yeah. Again. Her hair up in the little pigtails.
Humphrey.
Oh,
I forgot all about him.
Oh, Ramona got that for you.
That was I think that was my big bear that I really liked, but then he got dirty over time, and one day he went missing.
Oh, I don't remember that part, but yeah, look at all of her cuddle up with him. That's cute. I think this is out of order. So you're younger again. But,
it's all right.
Yeah.
Look at that, the nice...
Your version of the Hot Wheel. Yeah.
That must have been a prize. See, there's like a medal hanging from the thing, like I got a reward or something.
Oh, yeah, it looks like a big nut on a little blue ribbon.
You're a winner.
Yeah.
Was I part of that generation?
Yeah.
Every kid's winner.
I can't remember what that was for.
And the flowers. And
Yeah.
oh, wow. Remember the slip and slide from the other?
Yeah. And we had the hose up there so the water's coming down out to it.
Yeah, just a quick tie down. This is really special.
Yeah, we did all kinds of stuff. What can we rig up and how do we make it special?
Yeah.
We put the extra pad so it's like, well, hopefully nobody gets hurt.
It's like, boink. Yeah.
This is supposed to be fun. Hopefully, injuries not included.
And I think for the water too, where it's like keeps the water on track.
And the splash.
Different times a year, you see different plant life.
And those are the bushes that we planted, and now it's a wood fence, and now it's you can't see. So it was a good planting.
It's a really nice, lush, just time of life and place to live. There's Uncle Dan.
Yeah, came to visit.
This must have been when they were like, yeah, I want to have kids. But, maybe it took them a little while.
Well, they would come back in the summers. And so, it was sort of the, I don't know if there was a specific season. Oh, and here you can see the little fence had the lattice and the divider on it now, where before it was just a rail.
Everyone was such nice. Mm-hmm. Greg and Mona and Uncle Dan. Did you have something else to say about them?
No. Well, it was the nice green grass over there. It was, a big extended yard. When
put some effort into that.
On,
Over here's the lilac bush.
Yeah.
That became a fort.
And this must have been when we're working on the adding that second fireplace, maybe, because it looks like construction, and maybe building the sunken living room and then putting that fire, because the fireplace was sitting in the garage, cut through to the room. But
Wasn't it a gas fireplace?
Yeah.
The other one was like a real wood burning that was in the.
Yeah, maybe they were both gas. I don't remember that.
Well, the one had that flue thing in front of it.
Oh,
I don't know if that was real or
the
not.
brass fan. Yeah, it was for the decoration.
I like totally. There's the metal toolbox I was talking about. All your wrenches. That box I totally remember. Auto light, I guess. And then this was your 8-track player.
So you could listen to the radio out there. I still have that toolbox.
It's an awesome one. And right here was the go up to the attic.
Yep.
Tons more stuff on that side too.
Piled up on one leg. That's before it was restored again. Yeah.
Wow, so this is the before, huh?
Well, we fixed it up several times.
You see the rust, man. Right on the rumble seat.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see that in like a parade shot. That's a good. I'm glad to see that because it's kind of like a core memory of working with Dad, doing stuff. Hunchback. We were both doing the sweeping. And then this is cross-country skiing.
This is classic. That's at the golf course, Going across the street with a nice spring day and put on your skis and go ski out there. It was so nice to be able to have that so close. It's like we would constantly take you guys outside. Just let's go to the bike trail. Let's go cross-country skiing. Let's go hiking.
You talk about being lucky. I mean, it's access to all these things and then someone to do it with. I'm surprised by how many friends I meet now where they're like, don't know how to ride a bike or don't know how to swim even.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, so thanks, Dad.
Yeah, just right across the street.
Yeah. Oh, no. Is this lichen planus or chicken pox?
Chicken pox. So you put the little, I don't know what it was, baking soda or something you put on the things. And it was sort of like, don't itch them. And so you were pretty good at hamming it up. It's like, oh, you're sick. It's like, oh, no.
Yeah. 3D movies.
3D movies. I don't remember what it was. And then Cassie's missing the tooth, but she's missing the tooth because you bounced on the playground set and knocked that one out.
Oh no!
So she lost that a little bit prematurely. So she had a tooth gap for a couple of years until her regular ones came in.
Gosh, we both had adventures.
Yeah.
Camp Loveland. That must have been one of my favorite shirts.
Yeah.
Went to the fish hatchery somewhere.
Yeah, up by Drake. Yeah.
It's like I need some sunscreen.
Yeah.
Jasper.
Abyssinian kitty.
That was, you chose him because he was hypoallergenic and smart? Something?
It was supposed to be the most trainable or dog-like of the cats. And they're, it's purebred. It's a rare breed. It's not just a generic cat. Because I'm not much of a cat fan. Like let's try.
Nice of you to let us get ferrets later and all that. But what was the story with Jasper chasing Cassie and bopping her on the nose?
Well, he's pretty smart, but he thought he was more alpha than her, and so she was just a little kid. He would run behind her, chase her, and grab her legs, and he could tip her over and knock her down. And he knew the rules, but it's like, I didn't want him in the kitchen up on the counters, but, as soon as she left the room, he'd hop up there. So it was just like, it was sort of a battle of him and me, and he just kept doing what he wanted to do.
And then you kept him wanting him to stay out of the hallway. There was a line.
Yeah.
You came up with a creative solution.
Line of death, so and he knew what the rules were, but his learning was still just, I won't do that when you're around. So.
But you used, remember you did Tabasco sauce.
Yeah, it was sort of like the negative reinforcement of him. But it didn't work. And so eventually he ended up with some other people in a happier home for him. So.
Probably. But wait, wasn't there a time where he ran up and bit Cassie on the nose because she was always squeezing him?
Yeah, it was probably a battle of the two of them. So.
Nice. Just camping somewhere.
That's probably one of the HP cabins somewhere.
Oh
in the summer.
yeah, that totally looks like
Down
Hermit
by-
Park, huh?
Yeah, either Hermit Park or maybe down by Colorado Springs.
Those were such good
Yeah.
times. They had the ice cream guy, and they had the prizes, and
They would have the HP picnic, so you have the picnic, the big celebration, and bands and music and games, and every kid wins every time, and you go and camp out there. Those were the days. Those were the good times.
just court the Boy Scout.
Yeah, you were in the Boy Scouts, and this is where it was through that we went to that camp that we were talking about.
That's nice.
Hmm.
Oh, art.
Yeah, the art thing, made that statue.
And that's one of my art pieces. Is like
Right. And I don't know if it was an art class or something Nan signed you up for, but it was like, doing art, and then downtown with art in Loveland. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were able to do the crab walk and real flexible. It's like,
That's the gymnastics.
yeah.
Oh, look, Crawdad. I look like Ben and
yeah.
Dylan and Kaylin, kind of. They make that face.
Well, you're concentrating, and so you're kind of scrunched up, looking hard at the crawdad.
He's got his pinchers up, and you're like, oh, be careful.
I like that one, the praying mantis.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always love nature and animals, and you're just happy and excited. You had for a while. You had a pet slug. Do you remember that?
Oh, wasn't that a leech from the ditch?
Yeah, and you kept it in the coffee can, and it was getting all rusty. And he lived just like, oh yeah, here's my pet, and
Yeah.
praying mantis, and and observant that you found all these things. So
I was always exploring. Yeah, I had a really fortunate to get to see him. And again, live in a green place where there's seasons.
Yeah.
I will still find things like that, like walking in Fort Collins and see a praying mantis, and it's like, wow, because they're so interesting.
yeah, nature's amazing.
Yeah, and you took us to great places. Now I think we're at Arches, huh?
Yeah, it looks like one of the ones at Arches.
Cassie.
Yeah, it looks like that same thing where like you going to school on the first day, and I twisted her ear. I went to school.
It's like, wow, Dad.
Yeah, just a poorly timed photo. These days, this would have got edited out, but back then you keep it, I guess.
And this was the best. Maybe you get one shot if it's film and you can't look at the digital display until HP came around and made the digital cameras.
Yeah. This was in Utah. It's Robert Redford's Sundance thing in Utah. We stayed there 1 year.
Oh, wow. Is that Sundance like the film festival?
Through there, that's where I took a class with Stephen Covey there on the
Highly Effective People?
7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he taught it, so I met him.
Wow.
And that's where they had it. Steve, and then later on we went back through there again.
I feel like maybe you took the 7 Habits a couple times, or didn't you do it with us?
Yeah, I taught. Yeah, I took the class. I was certified as an instructor. I taught my team at HP, and then I taught you and Cassia. We did the whole course as well.
Is it working?
I think so. There's the things that you're able to talk about. Yeah.
There's that same hot air balloon boy thing, and we're growing up.
You are.
And there's the
Gas.
It's sunken room for the first time.
Yeah.
The gas fireplace.
All decorated out.
Stockings.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And the tile, I remember you put that in.
Yeah.
Put the tile, and then we kind of had the pink wallpaper like from before.
Yeah.
Just neat to remember. Cassie's like the
Very cool little princess thing. Oh, this is up.
rafting trip. Huh?
Yeah, rafting. I think it's up maybe by Glenwood Springs or something. We went rafting again. You guys out swimming in the river.
It's fun.
Okay, this is when we saw Pop at Chinley, because you're older, so he was teaching. And this is definitely a Canyon de Chelly.
It's like, I remember, like, how do they get up there? It's like protected. Maybe these forts used to go up there.
It was sort of the winter. There weren't many people there, but that was the display. You could only go as far as that wall, so you were standing on it. It was like, okay, there's the lodges.
Pretty neat. Is this far away? Because look, it's like so small. It looks like
It's like we're on the rail, and then there's the banquet. I don't know,
in the distance.
25 yards,
Look at the
50 yards or
petroglyph too.
something.
That's really cool. Oh, there's us with Papa when he had the pigtail.
Yeah, so
Ponytail.
Papa, he was teaching. He had a ponytail, and this is in Chinle Canyon de Chelly, the petroglyphs walk around. So we went on a big hike with him and hung out. So that was neat. It was neat to to go to see him because he was at that point he was kind of keeping to himself down in Arizona, and I took you and Cassia to go. It's like, hey, you got grandkids out here.
Yeah, come on back. And then he showed up unexpectedly in the middle of the night, and I was like, "There's a stranger."
Well, that was years later, but when he would come to visit, he would just show up, and so you wake up in the morning, and it's like there's somebody in the backyard. It's like, it's Papa. What's he doing? Well, I didn't want to wake you, but I'm in town. It's like, well, come on in.
Well, yeah,
Come on in.
a lot of special moments. Bringing Cookapellis and being fun. It's a nice picture. I was looking at us.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are with more petroglyphs. Oh, this is Dan and Bridget's house before they changed the pool.
Right. Back when they had the diving board. And it's,
How fun.
There's other pictures where it's clothing optional for you guys, but not in this one. So,
Not at their house. So.
Yeah, it was winter for them. It was like, but you guys are like, we're doing it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, when rollerblades were new.
Look at you. Yeah, look at how big those rollerblades are compared to you.
Were those my Lightning TRS ones that they don't look like it? You bought them like the day rollerblades came out. You were like, everyone gets blades.
They were new. Well, and then the other thing too, from Dad's house, you look behind it, and you can see the mountains. Now there's all big houses there, big trees. You can't see Camelback anymore.
Is it really? Wow.
And they're built this neighbor house. They knock that down and they build it's a 1-story house, but it's like 3 stories tall. It's like 35. It has this huge high ceiling. It looks, and it's just gigantic. So yeah, it's back in the day.
There's still the same. Yeah, that'd be fun to kind of.
Oh, there we go.
Nice angle.
This is the clothing optional one.
Or is it just because we don't? I still like to not wear a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
The way I was raised, huh?
Yeah, apparently. Some people's kids, I guess.
That's nice. Okay, now we're at Van Buren again. Cassie's.
Back to school, yeah.
But this time it's both of us.
Yeah, it's jumping the orders. Scotty Teeth, that's a little bit younger. Some of them were back to school.
I love this bike. Yeah. It was like the cool colors, and
oh yeah,
we got the awning now.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Huh.
Do you think we're, getting the 8 or 9 or?
I don't know what.
Oh, just at how old we were.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, up there in the years. Court gets most unique. Oh, so I had here up in your display case has that pink car.
Right. This one is this is the plane that kind of hangs from the string below, and you have the wind-up propeller.
Yeah.
You got a prize for that one.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking pretty proud and happy. And I remember this book thing. Was this like...
They were like legal cabinets where they had the glass doors, you lift them up and then slide them back. It was an antique that we got back east. I think your mom and I refinished it. We refinished a lot of furniture.
Jeez, it looked great. And, there's like photos in here. I remember these boxes. They were kind of fun.
Yeah, they were the boxes full of the loose photos. And
that's what I was thinking, because I remember when Encarta came out on...
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, encyclopedias, Encarta! And it was a fun...
And you have to buy your kid and you get scouting and different cakes, so we made that as a cake. Yeah, there was different projects.
Must have been in Troop 189.
Oh, yeah.
Like the jelly bean cake.
183. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or is it a 9? Maybe you're right.
It's a 9. I don't know. Look, I got the 80s jeans.
Yeah.
There's the...
That one I remember. So, again, this was scouting, and it was this cake that looks like Saturn. So I guess they had bake sales. You're supposed to bring something, so we made.
That's the context. And it's like, we make a lot of cakes, but I do remember the contests were fun. It's kind of community.
And even at when they'd have the school carnival, they'd have cakewalks where you walked around and back then
they didn't know cake was bad for you, so they
or you'd have a kids' party. You could bring cookies and cakes from home, and kids would eat them. And now it's like, well, you can't. It has to be store bought
for safety or something.
Yeah, because we're worried it's poison or something like that. So it's like it was a different time.
Times have changed a little, but yeah, Cassie with she looks cute in that picture.
Yeah. You got a piggies, big happy smiles, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, there's the same one, but I'm looking proud and excited.
Yeah, that was I forget what they call it, but it's it hangs.
String derby.
Yeah, it hangs from a wire, and then you wind up the thing, and then you race it. You like to do the excited throw across your eye.
The monkey thing.
Right there. Yeah.
That's fun. Hey,
Okay.
that's the pink one.
This is the one we still have in the cabinet. That's the little pinewood derby is what this is called. Soapbox
Even
derby.
though it's balsa wood.
Yeah. The soapbox derby is the one that you ride in.
Which they didn't seem to do when I was a kid
They
anymore.
didn't do that. They had just this low one, and it had to be a certain weight. But you got this balsa wood thing, so you can carve it and put the wheels on and decorate it however you want. And so yours had lights and sound, and we carved it to where it was really sleek.
Well, it is neat. I feel like that's David Olson, and those are his parents, and just to kind of remember these people. It's nice to reflect on the past. There we go. I got a Pinewood Derby champion. Black.
Yeah, look at that.
Maybe that was the most unique.
Look at that expression. I think that's good. It's sort of a Norman Rockwell looking.
It does look like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, like on the calendar. It's cute.
Almost like an illustration.
Wow. Yeah, you got the champion derby. That's pretty cool.
Yep. And the Panthers, I feel like that's Van Buren,
Van Buren.
which doesn't even exist anymore. And that's the video store in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And McDonald's was over here where you
Showtime.
worked.
Showtime.
Where we both worked at that one.
You're right. That's just right outside right outside the office.
I cleaned the play place with my rock climbing skills, and gosh, that net in your garage, that wall that we built, a lot of really cool interconnected stuff. But when it was Showtime Video, and they had that shattered glass label, and you could rent like a Nintendo 64 or VHSs, and
take it home. Yeah.
It was really cool to have that adventure in town.
The Panthers, I forgot that. Cassia made the mascot for the yearbook one year for the Panthers, and they used her design.
Really?
Yeah. Or for field day for her design on the T-shirts, I think.
That's pretty cool. Okay, here it is.
This is the camp that you and I and you were the brave camper. It must be your hiking stick that you carved, and that's the tent that we slept in.
Wow.
And that's where we had the archery and canoeing and shot the rifles and did all the stuff.
I got the pack here, the waist pack.
You got some merit badges on front. Yeah.
Hey, you try to get all four.
Yeah, that was the peak. Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. Imagine sleeping on that.
Well, it's pretty, deluxe if you're camping. You have a bed. It's just it just springs with your sleeping bag, but you're not laying on the dirt, sleeping on a rock.
So it's warmer. Is that the idea?
Well, and
the snakes don't get you.
It's got a flat floor, so if you're sleeping on the ground, this is pretty cushy compared to that. But it's all relative, I guess.
Hey,
there it is.
There it is. This is the one where you guys. What does that look like to you? Is that to me that looks like a pump action BB gun, pellet gun?
It could be, and maybe it's a pellet gun. Maybe it's a pellet gun.
Oh,
there you go.
how big it is?
You got safety goggles. Look at the big smile. You're doing it. Yeah. Very cool.
I love how they real big safety glasses
and archery. They had to shoot the bow and arrow, shoot the pellet guns.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what this was? Were they teaching us to crawl on the ground like soldiers or something?
It's like stay back. Only the people who are shooting are allowed to be ahead of the line to keep kids from getting hurt.
That makes sense. Oh yeah.
All right, remember this one?
Absolutely. This is a Halloween costume, but it has to do with will you tell the story of how to...
That was your Lego pirate ship, and that was one. We would a lot of times on the weekends we'd go to Fort Collins and go to Toys R Us, and the deal was we could take as much time as we want, look around the store and look at everything, and you could decide what you're going to do. You just couldn't have it that day. You'd have to, you could think about it and make your choice, but then you'd have to come and get it the following week, and you wanted this big Lego set, and it was like one of the biggest sets. It was like $100, and
which at the time was a lot of money
It was a lot, and that's a big model, and so you had to save a long time, but you got it, and that was your Legged Pirates trip. You had it for a long, long time, and so for Halloween, you took it to the Halloween, and in Van Buren they had the Halloween parade. So everybody got to dress up, and at the beginning of school, you'd parade around the halls. The parents could stay and watch, for a few minutes and watch the parade go by, and then you had to get out of there. So,
well, thanks for the context, because it's like, isn't it neat that all these special moments, there just happens to be a picture, and it's like, well, there was a parade, and, little league.
Yeah. And it's funny, it wasn't T-ball because there's no T, so.
I remember playing softball eventually.
Yeah,
Well, maybe, baseball, because we were the Mets or something, I remember. Where do you think this is? Is this at LHS?
Probably in Loveland High School. Probably in Loveland High School somewhere.
Catcher.
Yeah.
Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. I think I made all of that.
So there's your big clown, and then you look at, you got your old painting too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
With the fluorescent pink, which is my favorite color.
That's the big clown that you took that we had a picture with the Cougar downtown art deal.
Yeah, I was like, I'm an artist. Bring my paper.
So maybe your class did it looks like circus. There's a high rise and a clown, and then you made your thing too. Yeah.
That makes more sense. Wow, look at the floor.
Yeah, paint all over the place.
The shirt might have been custom made.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. It's nice flowers.
Cassia was taking ballet and tap from Valerie Town.
Oh.
That's where she took her dance. He went to dance lessons at Valerie's house. So Caitlin took dance lessons. It was dance, and then they also had tap at Doug and Val's house.
Oh, Kelly and Christine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They were good friends.
Yeah, nice people.
Oh, brand new. Look, it's got the bra on it.
And Greg had that, and look at him. Good-looking guy who was, probably finished in school, getting ready to be a doctor down in Albuquerque, and he had that, was it a little Acura, I think.
Yeah, it's the Acura Integra.
Yeah, and he had that for forever. Look how shiny it is.
It's got the sunroof. It's red. I remember the day when he and Mona pulled up in her Geo Storm. It was like green, and they both had brand new cars, and it was like really cool to see.
Yeah, looking a good looking guy. That's just
he is. Yeah, he's still pretty healthy and broad shoulders, and his job, I think it's it's a little more physical. Right. But he looks his haircut and tan and kind of like a famous person. Like, who's the guy that's out on Hawaii 5-0 with the guy with
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck kind of a thing. Yeah.
The unbuttoned shirt. It's like, the young single guy.
Yeah, and the race cars.
Stopping by with my cool car.
I don't know if you planned that, but
Visit my married brother with kids in a station wagon, probably.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what that car is, but we were having a fun time at the house.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Bryant and Parker.
There you go.
The twins.
The twins, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You guys playing in the ditch.
Look at them doing.
Those
Peace,
guys.
Man.
Yeah, it's like, who would let your kids play with those guys? Yeah.
Oh, sheesh. In the ditch. That was a big thing. We'd walk in the ditch and ride bikes in the ditch, even with the water, and ice skate in the ditch.
Find animals, find golf balls, play, go tubing.
Snakes and leeches and turtles.
Yeah. And unsupervised, just go play.
Yeah. I'm glad I got to do some of that.
Yeah.
Look at them sucking in their world.
Just put your chest out like a...
I think they were...
They were posing even at that age, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, splatter art.
Yeah, that was cool. Puffer really was excited about that.
They look nice.
When we were kids, we built one of those out of a drill and did it at home. And they had now you can buy the little kit with the battery thing, but that was fun.
That's spectacular. There's Jasper again.
Yeah. It's a peaceful picture. Must have been good.
Look at him. He does look a little conniving. Yeah. Both like, huh? Oh, and see in the background, that's that monorail thing I was trying to make. Because there was a paid fancy monorail with a track and gears, and I was making a slide where you could put a thing and it would go. And Jasper later came and knocked it over. Like I got it working that night. I was like, it works finally. It goes all the way. And then I woke up and it was tipped over. And I think Jasper must have tried it on his own without me.
It's like cat toy. Oh, and this was, they had the Loveland, the doll, what was that, the Viking doll parade. So you could, the kids could get, and you had that authentic Indian headdress. That was a really nice thing.
Very cool. With beads and the feathers.
Yeah, it was leather and real feathers. It was pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's kind of fun. You see, we're like just in the middle. We got like nice photo op.
Yeah, and they had the big parade where you could decorate your bike or whatever and get dressed up in the kids.
To me, this looks like Bill Reed is on our right. Like there's this big field.
Could be, yeah, could be downtown, that you go and do the parade.
Oh, Jasper has to get clean.
Yeah, I'm sure cats like to probably get in the water.
It's not his favorite day.
He's like,
Santa.
There's
another
go.
shot. There's
That's what you were talking about.
Rider thing. And you look at it, just to get it all to not fall apart was the hard part. And build the tower and
the big pile of all those Legos
on a blanket, because that's how you just.
Yeah.
Do you remember what used to happen if I got in trouble? You would ground me from my Legos. That was the consequence. No Legos for an hour or a day. I was the Lego maniac. And look at that. That's the same painting that is at Nan's house, I think. Or
I painted that.
Did you paint that one? Yes.
I painted that painting.
You still have that one, or is that part of the death cleaning?
Probably. I don't have it on my wall since then. But,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good picture. Look at you. You're growing up.
Yeah.
You're growing up.
Well, this is neat. We'd go skiing at different places.
Yeah, I don't know which one, but yeah, downhill skiing, not snowboarding yet. Downhill.
Yeah, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
These were the good times before middle school, when it was just happy and everyone was nice and we were cute and
life was good. You had a happy childhood. That's what this.
That's right.
That's the story of this.
And there's the Palma. See the kids going up the Palma.
The T-bar, yeah.
Something, I can't quite see it, but look, is that behind him? Is it the?
Well, it is the Palma. I think it's the T lift there on the edge of that thing. You're right. I think it's his Eldora.
Wow. And I'm a champion.
Yeah, you made it down.
My first Nintendo Game Boy.
Yeah, let you had a Game Boy.
That was awesome. And Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, with the pink hat on. It's like,
wow.
As strict as we were, you did get to have a Game Boy.
Yep. Yes, thank you. I had fun. Yeah, this is the short hair. And
school photos. You're getting older.
And some freckles from not being outside all the time.
Yeah. Big smiles and all these things.
Back when I still had
not too bad.
Real teeth on the front. Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. And this was the volcano where you could actually put the stuff in and make it erupt.
I think you're right. With baking soda and vinegar.
Yeah, that must have been science class. I don't think it was Scouts.
Because it was like, get ready, and then in class you'll do it. Yeah. And it'll show, like, Cass.
Everybody's always excited. It's like, we're doing it. So there's a lot of, excitement. So it was a fun place,
It really was. Oh, yeah. It's very... the clown. I remember some of these. There's the knife. That's the dreaded bread knife that later cuts me.
Yeah, that's true.
There it is.
Oh, and this is the model label window during the restoration. The roof is off and the windows are out.
Oh, because I was like, did it have a skylight?
And look, there's no rear fenders on it, but it worked. It's like, okay, I'm gonna redo it again.
It's pretty simple with if you took all the fenders and stuff. It's like platform, wheels, and then an engine.
I've taken that completely apart.
Really?
All the way down to nothing and rebuilt it. It was amazing that it worked after I put it back together. I put it back together, had a box full of parts. It still worked. It's like, how does that work?
The yellow spokes, and this before you had it painted again.
Yeah.
And was this like a thermometer for the engine overheating?
Yeah, that was a little thermometer so you could see how hot the.
What was the story? You bought this because it was like Papa?
So when we were kids, we went back to Dad's hometown of Hills, Minnesota, and we would stay on the farm and visit his mom, Grandpa Rye, in town. And the day we were leaving, we were getting ready to leave town, and you went past the gas station. There was a Model A out there getting the battery charged. And he asked, well, who owns that? Some school teacher. And he said, do you want to sell it? And the guy said, yeah, I will. And so he bought it for $250. And,
Wow.
and we were leaving, and it's like, well, can I leave it in Grandma's garage or out on the barn? And so we just left it. And we had an uncle who was a mailman that knew about cars, and we left it, and it worked.
Wow.
And so some of our cousins, like Roger, and they got to drive it, but they kept it in somebody's barn. And then it was just there for someday. And then when we got to, Dan and I were in junior high, and the idea was like, well, if anybody's interested, they put a tow bar on it. We brought it back from Minnesota. And then it was like, well, it needs stuff, it needs to be redone. But if anybody wants to fix it up, because back then, young boys would fix up cars. If you want to fix it up, it could be yours. And Dan wasn't interested in that, so I started doing it. And in Loveland, there was an antique auto house that did restorations. It's funny, somebody had this business, and it went under, and one of the banks loaned him money on it. So the banker ended up owning it. And so he liked old cars, and he liked fire trucks, John Burnquist in Loveland. And they were still doing stuff, and Dad doesn't know anything about cars. And he was like, well, how do you do it? And they said, well, his idea is like, we bought a separate frame with wheels. And it's like, well, you have a complete car here. It's like, well, just take it apart from one and then move it to the other before you forget. And so the one frame had been sandblasted and painted and had wheels on it. And so I just started taking stuff apart from one and, basically take it apart, clean all the grease off, see if it's broken. If it looks broken, try to fix it, and then move it over. And it was in the garage, where Greg's office is.
Oh, yeah.
So that I used that as my shop for, it was probably a couple of years. And I would just go over and work on it. And eventually it got to where it was like, I was there with my friend Chuck Miller one day, and it's like, geez, it was like the engine had kind of been redone, and it's like, well, it looks like most of the cars there.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think so. And we had a battery. It's like, I wonder if it'll work. And so we didn't have the gas tank, and so I took a pop can and cut it in half and poked the gas line through it and poured gas in the pop can with a pipe going through it. So it's slobbering gas all over the place. And we tried to start it, and it started right up.
Wow.
And it was just like, oh my God, it started. And so, and the radiator, the fan's blowing, and it's blowing gas back in your face because it's wiggling and gas is spraying. And it's like, oh. And so we drove around the office parking lot a couple of times, and it was like, it worked. I couldn't believe it. It was just amazing. And so then eventually we put it together. And, when your mom and I, when we got married, we drove that to the wedding and away from the wedding.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So, and you guys got to be in parades and that a bunch of times.
Yeah, the rumble seat throwing candy.
A bunch of stuff, yeah.
It was a good car.
Yeah.
And thanks, you sold it and helped us with college. And
yeah, because it was sort of like, well, what do you do? It's like, it was, it's even when it was nice, it would, just the passage of time, things would rot and need to be repaired. And, when you were in high school, it's like, well, I don't think you want it. And I had a bunch of, and it's like, well, I'm either stuck, I had the three-car garage, but it took a lot of space to keep it. And, and it was like, well, and then to sell it, I couldn't sell it because I thought, gosh, I'm going to feel guilty. Like, well, it's sort of everybody's like, well, it's a family thing. And so I sold it and gave you guys the money to use in college, because otherwise I would have felt guilty.
Wasn't it also in a movie or something? Or wheels or tires?
The tires, they were, I was upgrading my tires, and they were, I think the Bruce Willis movie, The Last Man Standing, it was like an old-timey movie, but they didn't want all the cars to look like show cars. And so my tires were kind of old and, that had been used. And so they're like, I will buy your tires. It's like, okay. So
that's cool. Yes, thank you. That story. Oh, this is up in Estes, maybe?
Yeah, that's by the entrance to Rocky Mountain National Park. Yeah. I count 4 elk in that picture.
That's awesome. Oh, wow. It's like the beach, except without snow.
Yeah, it's Sandcastle, Snowcastle. Look at you. Look at that smile. Good looking kid.
Thanks.
Happy kid.
That's I feel like that might have been an igloo at one point or something because we did make.
We did do igloos in that same spot a bunch of times. Yeah.
That was fun. Oh, there's the classic shot.
Yeah, that's totally classic. We're helping.
Is this before it went into through the barbed wire? And
Yeah.
we're using shovels on it. That probably could.
Kids climbing all over it. Like, yeah.
Look at the snow.
But everybody's big smiles. We're having fun.
Because school was canceled. I'm sure that was
Those were the days.
Snow day.
Those were the days. Yeah.
Well, that's the end of that one. Want to jump into the next one real quick here?
Sure.
Making good progress. Looks like we're still good there. This is fun. Thanks, Dad.
Good. Oh, jeez.
What? You seeing some more?
Yeah. That's in the last photo. I don't know what that star is.
Let's see. There we go. Full screen. Okay. Oh, I like the lizards.
This is Phoenix.
Camelback suit, or was it Sioux?
South Mountain, Squaw
Squaw Peak?
South Mountain. Going hiking with Dan up to the top of it.
Is that the old? There was like a water park that was really popular.
I'm not sure about that, but this is one of the ones that Dan would hike regularly with him, and we hiked with Papa to the top of it. Oh my goodness,
Oh wow! Yeah,
but
interesting.
It's Phoenix.
Well, so it's visit to Dan and Bridget's.
Yeah, and Dan's neighbor had the trampoline, and that was.
And it was fun because I wanted to show Bridget, Dan, like, look, I can do a backflip.
Yeah, see, and we did the hill with Pop.
Here it is.
Yep.
Look at him, he's looking good. There we go. This is the Disneyland one, which kind of has some stories behind it.
Yeah,
before you guys got divorced.
Yeah. Well, and it's sort of like look at you and Cassie age-wise. That's a snapshot of time.
Yeah. Sorry, but we had fun when we were there. I think
it was a great vacation.
Disney World, is that where?
Disney World.
Yeah.
Disney World.
What this hotel was like.
It was, it wasn't Caribbean. Caribbean Beach was one of them. I don't know if that's what we did.
That kind of rings a bell. But in any case, yeah, maybe this is Florida, like going on the. Sure. Tell us the
boogie board, yeah.
Boogie board surfer guy.
It's pretty good.
Looks like there's Cassie and I, just doing.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the same. Yeah, it must have been on the same, because in Florida.
Because you look at the water, I mean, in the same kind of time period. So whether it was California or Florida, it does look, white sandy beaches.
Yeah.
So this is when we did some special dry ice.
We did some pretty good.
I've never seen one like that.
Well, we took that squash, and then we carved out the pumpkin and hooked it for its airtight, and then inside put dry ice and all of that. So that's a pretty good. That's pretty decent.
Well, and look how proud Cassie is in that one. Looking up and like, look what we made. We were a good team. I hope I was nice to Cassie.
Yeah, you still are. Yeah,
I tried my best. Look how tall I was getting.
Yeah. It was going. It was in the game here.
It was, and this must be the sunken room because you can see the ledge.
It is.
And I was in the play as Santa, I guess.
Yeah.
Who's the chubbiest kid in class? Yeah. That kind of reminds me of Ben, like Mark and Diane's kid.
He's not afraid to talk.
Yeah. I was up there.
And you were Peter Rabbit in, I think, the first grade.
Yeah, I remember learning the lines and getting to be the main character.
This is Bill Reed time.
Like, I'm cute. Will you be my friend? Like, well. And then the smile started changing because it was like middle school. Rockies game, though. The Rockies are kind of a new thing. I mean, for us to be growing up and have the Avalanche come and the Rockies, and then the Broncos win the Super Bowl.
They had just built the stadium.
Oh, really? This is brand new Coors Field.
Yeah. Kind of looking golf there.
Yeah. This is kind of difficult times for Dad, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm glad we were still doing some fun stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
That's nice. Cassie's into dolphins. This is
It's the new generations. You and Cassie and I. It's a new team.
Yeah. Wow. Look what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
putting a wood floor in the Blue Leaf Drive or Leila.
It's the San Diego trip. So you got the surfing on the beach. You guys with everybody in their wetsuits boogie boarding and out in San Diego, and then I think maybe it was San Diego. I thought, well, maybe you stopped in Las Vegas to do the indoor skydiving the first time.
I think you're right. Yeah, indoor skydiving was kind of like a brand new thing. We jumped right in.
Yeah, and then we were, the bottom, where the three of us are working on our new house on the island. Yeah,
and look at the photo cropping work someone did way back in the day.
This is when HP was doing photo imaging. We worked with Microsoft on this software, so we could collaborate with Microsoft and Adobe.
Really?
Yeah, and then
invest in Adobe, Dad. That's the future.
And then the picture in the center, that's the Model A all fixed up, and we're all dressed up going to Ramona's wedding.
Ramona's wedding. Did I sing in that one for her or something? Was that?
You sang in
your wedding with Ellen and with Mona. Mona and I sang in that one. Yeah. But this is doing the floor, right? This is like the new wood floor.
We're working on the floor at Leila. You're helping me there, and Cassie's helping pull up the foam and stuff. So it's like we're the new team working on. This is, and we're doing. We're in the game doing stuff.
Everyone was going through a hard time. Middle school, divorces.
We're working hard. Yeah.
Like, geez, and it was challenging in many respects. This is cool.
And we did a bunch of stuff. So
yeah, you kept the memories going.
We went to Moab, and so you look at that. That's Delicate Arch, and to be hiking there and having that photo at Delicate Arch without 100 people, you'd be hard pressed to get that photo today without 100 people around.
It's so true. That's another way the world's changed. Have we gotten richer, or is it just more roads? Like the West has been tamed, or something?
Well, it's a different trend. Maybe not as many people were doing it back then, or something. But yeah, and now Instagram's kind of wrecking the world because everybody wants to go.
You know where to go.
Everybody wants that picture.
That's the cool spot.
It's on that same trip, that Escalante, that Horseshoe Bend.
Yeah.
Where it's, that river that has a big U-turn. When we went there, it's like we're parking on the side of the road and we hike out there. There's nobody there now. It's like a giant parking lot with $20 and
they charge you,
a paved trail the whole way and just crowds. It's very, very different, but it's the same place.
I bet they don't let you dangle your kids over the edge now, do they?
Not so much. Stay behind the rail. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And look at that. Even from back far, it's like
no one.
There's no people there.
Yeah. Beautiful day. I remember you just think of that on the license plate, and then you go and you're like, it's right on the edge of like a pretty steep bowl.
You look at that photo with no people. It's like, that's just amazing. How could, I'm sure there was people somewhere, but it's like, well, that's just pretty incredible. Yeah, that's when I was doing the digital photography stuff with HP.
It's a pretty neat one. I remember this stuff with the mountain bikes and stuff. And Nike was popular in middle school, so it's like, oh, okay, I guess I have to get the cool brand. But this has an arrow on the front and the back, and then the guy's like, just do it, and it's pointing to your butt. It's like, what are you trying to get at, Court? Like, oh gosh, guys, innocence lost a little bit there.
Yeah.
But getting away for the summer and doing some road trips.
The three of us, we did a bunch of stuff. I think those must have been rented bikes and to do the Slick Rock Trail and Moab and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know if the photos are one trail where there was the holes on the different thing. We'll keep on going. Maybe we'll see it.
Oh, yeah, where we're peeking through. Oh, hey, that's where you and I went last time.
That's Landscape Arch at Arches Park. It's the longest one.
Wow. And it's just such a...
Yeah, it's amazing that it's still there because you look how thin it is.
Yeah, and again, 40 years or whatever. It's like...
You can't see with the bright lights. It's like... Take your glasses off.
Is that literally the edge of... That's like a real picture of the edge of Horseshoe Bend, maybe? Or is that photoshopped?
That might be photoshopped. I don't think I would let you do that.
The light kind of makes it look...
And if we go to the next one, it's so you guys, then it'll be the telltale. Oh, look at, we're doing it.
Going through the water. Yeah, this was real.
That was totally real.
It's kind of fun. I don't know why we had to be such daredevils.
There was a shelf up there, and there was a place where there was like, what do we call it, a pothole arch, where you're standing, there's a hole going down, so the arch pointing downward.
I feel like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
There you go.
Yeah, that's cool. kind of neat angles. And was this, you were in the photo division at this point at HB?
We were starting to do it. I don't know that we had cameras and we were maybe working on the scanners, but it was fun to do the photography. And I think these are still real photos, not digital yet.
Great time to have kids.
There you go. So this is Horseshoe Bend. This is a famous, and that's real there.
Wow.
And I'm sure you wouldn't be allowed to do that today. And when we were there, it's like I think we were kind of the only ones out there.
It's neat to see,
It's really spectacular. It's surprising. There's multiples of those. I know several of them. I've camped with the RV on the edge of something like that.
I think we talked on the phone that night. Like you sent the picture, and it was like, remember this?
Yeah, it's like Gooseneck State Park has a similar thing, but it's more remote. And this is the famous one that everybody goes to.
That's awesome.
There we go. That's
the fake one.
Yeah,
but done so well. Even because this is The Rock. Everything's real. We're just superimposed.
Right. And you guys were standing. You were standing with that pose on a different one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
And back then, Photoshop wasn't a thing back then. It was somewhere.
So you could fool people, and they'd be like calling Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
Happy face.
So that picture of Cassie was like, this is how I raised my kids.
Yeah. Dylan and Kaylin are buckled up just to eat dinner.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But, you guys were, it's like, let's do this. And everybody was excited. It's like, yeah, let's do it. So.
That was fun. Yeah, backwards hat, kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, it was fun, yeah. Now, this is at Dan's house again. Maybe on the same trip to kind of go visit. Cassie, pretty in her dress. Yeah. And this is out in San Diego.
Oh, at that park. There's a guy last time who was blowing bubbles there with the big string.
It's Lafayette Park, yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally. You've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah. Did we go there together last time, I think, when we were in town?
And I don't know if we went there to, Dan and Bridget would go there. And they used to go there every summer and rent a place before they got the boat. And they changed. And so a lot of times we'd meet them there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this is probably around, around the time Summer was born, similar. At that park's the first time I met Summer. They were out there with her. She was a little baby, and I saw her. But I think it was just me on a business trip. So.
Well, that's special. Yeah, it is neat to hear about the traditions, and that's what I was saying. Dan's kind of loving us and excited about the kids, and then they had Summer, and that was really special.
Yeah. For a long time, it's Summer special. It took a long time for her to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. And this is, you ever getting wetsuits and getting to go out with boogie boards and stuff?
Boogie board on the edges of Blacks. You can see the cliff in the background.
I think that's Blacks, yeah.
Hiking down that big trail.
Yeah.
Parking in the neighborhood, which I'm sure that, is kind of, that looks like an aquarium. There's hammerhead shark.
It could be at SeaWorld or, Scripps or something.
Maybe. We're doing.
I remember when we went out to do this, and we were, and it's like everybody's got their snorkels and stuff, and it's like, there's kelp everywhere, and the Garibaldi's, and it's like, thinking, oh, geez, you're standing in 4 feet of water, and you just go down, and it's like, holy crap, it's full of all kinds of stuff. It's not like it's clear, and let's work our way out.
And did they have the bulb ones that float with the pigtail on top, and guys would carve it?
And they're really thick, and so it was like, well, come on, you guys, let's because I would go out there for work and swim way out there, but it was a little bit challenging to do. But you guys did it. You guys are totally in the game. And this is before we went to Mexico.
It's good practice.
You were all good swimmers. You knew masks and stuff.
Another angle, and I think somewhere here on the right, that's where that maybe. I keep thinking the cave thing, but who knows?
It's in that same area.
I'm feeling.
I think that's down at the bottom of the stairs because it's like, well, there's a little bit of. It's a marine park, and so it's a safe place to kind of go out. But then, it's
tricky.
All the kelp,
and the seals now.
Yeah, I'm trying to build it up. Yeah, this is great. It's going to be easy. And then you go. It's like, well, maybe not.
And it's cold. The water's cold, so it's a good thing we had the wetsuits on. Yeah. Hey. What's the story here?
Do you remember?
I remember going to the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It's kind of a new thing. I don't think we've been a lot. And then Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I think we were just coming in or going out. and I recognized him, and I kind of kneeled down. I was talking to you guys and say, "Oh, yeah," because I'm sure you didn't quite appreciate who that was. And then he saw us, me talking to you guys, and so he came over to say hi to us.
Oh,
I'm not.
that's nice.
I'm not an Instagram kind of guy. I can have your. It's like, oh, you want to introduce me, and so I introduced you, and he had his wife take the picture.
Oh,
And so we talked to him for a minute. It was very nice of him.
yeah.
Because to me, I'm not a hanger-oner that way, but it was like I reckon it's like, oh yeah, this is him, and that was.
And he's not swarmed with. I mean, it's just kind of wholesome, like a nice guy.
Yeah, it was pretty wholesome stuff. So yeah.
Wow, thanks, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
and
back to
Las Vegas. That's where we did the indoor skydiving.
Yep, I think you're right. This is one of my favorites.
Because this is at Chilson. We would go to the Chilson all the time, and all winter long we be practicing swimming and stuff, and so me throwing kids around or you jumping off, and so somebody from the newspaper was there, and I don't know what they were. They were just human interest stories. It's got a great picture of you.
Yeah, around the community, and then Court Ride 10. So it's 32 years ago.
Yeah.
At the Chilson.
And that's where, I was teaching Cassia to swim. It's like, submarine.
Swamp monster.
Yeah.
The dunk thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
Yeah.
Oh, my coolest hat.
Cocobelli and then, the
Yin
Yang hat. Yeah. It's like, is that the biggest one you got? And it's the Oakley's phase. I got some Oakleys.
Yeah, or we went to Mexico, some fake Lees or whatever.
Yeah, fake Lees and the big hat. You're all excited. You got your tie-dye shirt. Well, that tie-dye shirt, they'd sell those in San Diego. That's where that came from.
Is that where you got that? And the big kind of clunkier clothing. Again, it's a middle school. They're like, you don't look cute enough for a straight haircut. You're just going to... Yeah. Well, I was doing my best.
You were really cute and photogenic in all those earlier shots. Yeah.
I just have the awkward transition. Oh no, did I have a cavity shot?
Yeah.
But we moved my teeth underbite forward.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you have braces?
I did eventually in college. I got braces, but I think this might have been for my mouthpiece that they screw to kind of move it forward.
Male, Caucasian, 13 years old.
Wow.
Initial records in 1996. Yeah,
I've been looking for these medical records.
That's your mug shot on the top.
Bad. There's, I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
It doesn't look like Cassia. It must have been a friend.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Cassia.
It doesn't even.
And
that's
so
your new house.
This is
yeah.
Leia. Yeah. That's one of your friends. Yeah, that when the cabinet doors off and I'm working on the thing.
Wow.
With the floors torn up.
You did such a good job on that house.
Yeah,
hey, there's where the climbing wall was going to be.
Eating breakfast in the garage. And that's Grandpa's table saw that he let me use.
Oh, yeah.
And the refrigerator was in the garage, and that's where our food was. And
you're making progress.
Dust all over you. There's dust on the lid.
I know. But a finished garage. Look at the paint.
It was a nice garage, like a 3. It's
a nice house. I still like that.
Yeah.
This is. We're eating cereal out of
styrofoam.
Yeah, that's kind of a fun. You're doing a good job, Dad. Thanks, Dad, for hanging on. Yeah. Difficult times.
And working on the floor, and then you look at things, painting the walls, building a new wood floor.
Baseboard heaters. Yeah, and that's where you put the pool table. So you did fun stuff. It's ping pong, pool table.
Yeah, the screen the enclosed porch had a ping pong table and then pool table.
And the basement, I still, some of those old chairs where it's just like, you're just like, it's a rocking chair.
Well, and for you guys to have your own place, it's like, okay, it was downstairs, the basement room. It's like,
that was important because you get to be
the clubhouse,
middle school, and it's like, hey, some guys come over and you could watch MTV or something, and
set up the game system and leave you alone.
Yeah, but it really just a nice memory. Okay, this is
Mama's wedding. That's a nice picture. It turned out really well.
Yeah,
okay, all dressed up.
That's just the bigger version of the postcard one that we saw earlier. Yeah. And there's Dan and Bridget.
Yeah.
And a little summer. A little sunshine.
You weren't the only one who had crooked bangs.
You're thinking of Cassie or Summer, or what was the...
Bridget, well, and Summer, Cassie had bangs too.
Yeah.
Summer's the only one that's the stylized hair.
It does make me appreciate everyone a lot to see these pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, the Rise 90. I remember when we would do these
This
every
was the
year.
next year, yeah. And so, yeah, they went to Arizona and then on to Baja trip.
These were made into magnets, and I
Yeah.
remember like Grandpa had it, and Papa had it. You know, that was a fun kind of memorable.
Yeah, and they held up. Those were printed on that HP color printer.
I still have one. I took it. It
Yeah.
was kind of messy from Pops or somewhere, and I kind of trying to wipe it, and then this ink started to smudge. So I was like, I'm just going to be happy with what I
I
get.
think there's still some around. Yeah, maybe like this is where we
So I
kayaked out
almost
to.
got stranded
We
forever.
kayaked out to that island. That was the story.
That's the island?
Yeah.
So we kayaked out there, and then what happened?
I beached the kayaks. I pulled them way up on shore, and then we walked around for a while and came back. And the tide had creased, and the kayaks were sitting there floating right next to the edge. And it's like, oh, geez, because it's like that's a long way out there.
Yeah.
I don't know that you could swim it. The water looked calm, but obviously there must have been
The tide.
tide coming in. So.
And we're with that guy. I don't know if this is Mike or whatever his name was.
Yeah, he was not the. It was cool.
So yeah, I don't know where you found this guy. Did you buy him at a gas station like the Model A? We found this tour guide, and we get in his van.
I think there's some photos of it.
Is there?
Yeah.
So we might see. Yeah, I'd love to. Okay, so wakeboarding at Boyd Lake, or was this with John Wade?
John Wade. John's down by Boulder, because you see the Boulder Flatiron. So there's a private lake, and John had his fancy boat, and so you got to wakeboard behind it.
Wow, that's a good memory. And then this is an unfortunate outfit.
This is Summer's baptism.
Oh.
So see Summer in the dress,
Yeah.
and then us all dressed up, and then Ramona and Scott,
Yeah.
and Greg, and look at Lisa.
Is that Lisa?
That's Lisa.
Wow.
Big blonde hair. I don't remember the big curly hair.
Well, 97. Like the big.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. Where was this? What church?
It was in Arizona.
Oh, okay. Wow, everyone came out to Arizona for a baptism, or maybe it was.
Family's important.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
HV Cabins.
Yeah,
HV Cabins. I think this is the one down in Colorado Springs.
it's my favorite bike. I really like that bike. I used to take that one up to Namaqua Hill, or is that the one? And there was a private bike thing, and I could ride all the way to the Star.
That's Scott bike. Yeah. Do you remember it had the front shock? I got that for you. It was like you were so excited. You just ram into the curb, ram into the curb, and you had a short time, and that's like the front fork's all jacked. It's like that's a shock, but you're not supposed to do. So I had to have it fixed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
I think we were always buying like the Ross, specials, Nike stuff. I'm like, I got a Nike thing, but again, the swoosh is on the butt, and everyone's like, Court, just do it? What are you doing? I was like, gosh, Cassie's starting to learn how to make a goofy face here.
Yeah. Yeah, but look, it's a beautiful country, nice and green.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. She's growing up well. There's it. This is what I mean, the drama.
This is the classic. There's that bridge there, and then Kobe.
And you think that's HP Cabins again?
Yeah, HP Cabins, and I think that's Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs?
Yeah, there was HP Cabins in Colorado Springs
Oh.
too. Yeah, they had that big open field.
Wow. That's cool. Yeah,
we camped, stayed at both of them.
Yeah.
So this was at the Greeley Stampede. HP got tickets. We were in the skybox it was like a rodeo or something. So
yeah.
a rodeo and then a carnival, and so I think somebody took the picture. But it was like HP was doing neat stuff. It was kind of cool. It's like, oh, these are good tickets, and there's the county fair probably, carnival kind of thing.
That is special. Gotten to do the skybox a couple times in life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's me jumping the road up at Hidden Valley, and Nick dug a little thing. You can't see it, but there's this back side of a wall where the snowplow, and there's our shovel. Yeah. So that's me doing a road gap.
It's a good photo.
Happy we got it. Yeah. There's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was more the classic where you get.
There's the echo. We had to walk all that way.
Wow.
Kind of scary.
Well, and then it's just like trust your kids. It's like, okay, drive with a bunch of teenage boys up there, and going to be gone all day doing something.
When you look at this, we had to walk all that way. because they close the gate. So you either walk on the road or you hike from the bottom, which is that high. It's like
Huh.
it was exhausting. My friend Peter Shockley was on the football team, and nice guy, but it's middle school, and or tough.
Right.
And I was kind of out hiking everyone because I think we would go up there a lot, and I was high altitude, and
Yeah.
muscle is different than like endurance.
Right.
But it was pretty neat to do that. Did you know Peter Shockley's parents or the Shockleys or something? They were over by that church on the backside of the new course in Loveland.
No.
Yeah, nice.
No.
A lot of fun photos.
Yeah. I was wondering, it's like, well, you got a helmet on, so that's good.
And that's after I got knocked down. I bought the blurry helmet.
Yeah.
You can tell my expression's a little, I knocked a couple screws loose.
Yeah, your IQ is higher. Well, it's good that you got this series of pictures of
Yeah. Okay, 1998.
next year. Oh, Cassia went to the Spice Girls concert that year.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
and so maybe these are the John Wayne. And that was going to China with me, probably.
It makes me wonder, because you're at the Great Wall, but I mean, here you are, and presumably Dad doing HP meetings
Yeah, HP meetings in
in China.
China and Korea. Dad's surfing in San Diego.
Hey,
See,
that's
yeah.
nice.
And it's me. Oh, this is me going to China, and then I went back with Nan.
That's what I thought. Yeah, this is like early when you see the stuff, and
Yeah.
that expression. I wish I had seen half the places I'd been. That was what your colleague would say. And
Yeah.
you actually took the time, and
Yeah, and all those trips is so like you in business travel. I'll say you go fast and it's hard and you're tired and you get there and you meeting, and then it's like time to go home and you get to the airport and there's this one plane marked home and then the other part further away. It's like, do I want to do it? It's like, yeah, I'm really glad that I did.
good for you.
But I remember that feeling where it was like, oh, geez.
Yeah, it's neat to see because that's kind of your life. Plus, you go home and go back to the kids. It's the grind. So
Yeah.
take a minute and go have a break. And
Well, and part of it too, it's when I would go back, you guys were gone half the time.
oh
So
yeah,
it was a
kind of
real
lonely.
it was a real blessing for me, because it's like, hey, I'm doing something that's gets my attention. So it's exciting and fast paced, and then I'd come home and do stuff with you. So it actually worked out real well, and I count myself lucky because as a dad, I get to be dad and a mom, and so
You did a good job at both.
My relationship with Cassie did, and both of you guys, it's like I got to do lots of stuff because I was it. You're stuck with me.
Yeah.
So it's
We had the granola bars, goodies that you helped us out with, and all the
pantry,
the space at the house, and even a car when you were gone. I got to test drive that
Yeah.
with my friends.
Yeah.
Oh, is this it?
All right, so this is the Baja trip. So the guy Mike, he owned a scuba diving shop in San Diego, and so I was out on a business trip in San Diego, and I went to the beach one morning, and it's a beautiful morning. The waves are coming in, and you see the waves coming up, and there's dolphins swimming sideways through the wave.
yeah.
And it looks like you're looking through an aquarium window, and here's these dolphins. And then Cassie was really excited about dolphins. It's like, God, how can I do that? It's like, can I bring you guys out and do the dolphins do that every day? It's like, no, it's really hard. It's like, well, I want to bring you out and do something, but I can't. You can't hang out for a week just waiting for it. It has to be predictable. And they said, well, what you could do is like in this time of year, the whales go down to Mexico and they calve and they give birth to their babies there. And it's like, well, there are guides, and the guy says, well, it's the off season. We do scuba stuff, but business is slow. I've got a van. I've got kayaks. I've got scuba gear and stuff. It's like, I could just be your guard, and you could charter me. We could use my van. I could bring tanks and scuba gear and kayaking and tents. We can camp on the beach and we'll go see the whales. It's like, okay, it's a deal. And so, that's how I hired him to equip. So we had 2 kayaks, a bunch of scuba tanks, us, tents, things to camp on the beach. And and it sounded like an awesome plan, but we all hopped in this van. We crossed the border into Mexico. And there's the trucks are backed up, and he's being impatient, so he gets out in the fast lane and passes this big old truck, and then gets in front of it. But the reason everybody was stopped, there was road construction, so he stopped hard, and the semi behind us rear-ended us, and the van hit the rear end of the van where all the air tanks were and stuff, and it's like, oh geez. So we've been going for 3 hours, and then we're in an accident, and he's, it's like, oh, I kind of jacked my van, and what do we do now? And it's like, well, we're going to keep going, and and we filed some kind of report or did something, but then we kept going, and the people in Mexico, it's like, well, the roads are bad and they're not marked. Just get where you're going. Just don't drive at night. And so we're driving, trying to get where we're going, and so it's getting to be night, and the roads are straight and flat, and then it gets to be night, and now we're going through mountains, and there's curves, and nothing's marked, and you see the white crosses on the side. It was like, this is awful, and the accident on the back had shorted out some of the electrical, and so the lights are going on and off, and it's like, this is terrible, and so we stopped, and then the next day, it was just quite the trip. The stories go on and on.
Well, let alone, we pulled off that one day because he needed to take a pit stop or something, and he pulled right off onto the sand, and it was like, no.
Yeah, it was coming home. We pulled off on the side of the road, and he drove right out in the sand, and it was like, I saw, it's like, oh, this is loose sand. Let's put some branches, or let's do something to go out slowly.
And no one's even on the road. Yeah. There's no one around. We could have just stopped in the road.
And he was like, "Oh, I can get it." Hits it, and you just see the van just sink down. It's like, "Oh man,
stop! Get the floor mats."
We're screwed. And then it's like, well, he was sort of bored. It's like, well, maybe somebody will come. And then he set the, I'll build a fire. And he basically set the desert on fire. It's like it's spreading. And then some other guy came, and I couldn't. He had a nice truck, and we could barely hook on the corner of his bumper. And I thought, it's going to pull his bumper off for sure. But we were able to get out, and then we just drove away and just left the desert on fire. And I was just glad that we got out of there. But it was like, oh, geez, it was just one thing after the other. It's like, but I kept back and thinking, I'm a bad dad.
I remember being grateful. We crossed the border, and I'm like, let's go to McDonald's, because at the ocean he'd caught an octopus, and I was like, that's neat. And he stabbed it a couple times and gave it to me, like, that's dinner. And I'm like, no, the poor octopus is writhing in pain. And then you eat it, and it's like rubbery. It was in all the food. I remember breathing in the oxygen, because you were reluctant to let us scuba dive, but it was like, okay, you could try it, and just the air didn't taste good. And I'm like, did he fart when he filled these tanks up? This whole adventure, everything was a little quirky, but it is a kind of a fun thing to laugh about now.
Yeah, well,
now that we made it back,
they survived, so
didn't get stuck in Mexico.
Must be okay.
Is this when we got the rear end?
Yeah, that's the truck that hit us.
Oh wow! Little Mexico police car. There we are.
Camping on the beach, getting ready for our octopus for breakfast.
And that's where he had, the fire put together. And it's so barren. And that's the island where we...
Yeah. And there was, it wasn't like this is a campground. We were the only ones there. And then we kayaked out to that island.
Wow.
Yeah. Campfire for breakfast.
A sunburn, maybe?
We got to go scuba diving. That was probably Cassie's first time scuba diving.
Wow, and now it's one of our favorite things.
Kind of stuck with her. Yeah.
Is that like it's like gloves or something?
Yeah, big gloves. He has little hands.
Oh, finding some neat stuff. And I think this is where we took some of those cool pictures, like holding...
Yeah, there's neat pictures of you and Cassie there. So I thought that was, if you kind of look like an dolphin.
Yeah. Kind of a neat background, too. A little more dynamic. Oh, what's Cassie doing?
We're having octopus for breakfast.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. I'm eating vanilla wafers.
Yeah. She's chewing on the octopus. It's rubbery.
Gosh, and look, no headrests. It's the old van.
Oh, yeah.
There's
the
octopus?
That's the octopus, yeah.
Oh, look at Cassie's face with sand on. Yeah. This is when Mike was handing it to me before he stabbed it.
Yeah. This is we're getting ready to kayak out to that island.
Wow. Really pretty clear water. And
Mhm.
I think it was kind of windy. Nice. Just go to Mexico and hang out at the beach. It's because it's like no one's around.
And we went out, and we were in a small boat, and that whale had just given birth to a baby. The whale came up right next to it, and its big eyes looking at us. And then there was the afterbirth of the baby.
And all the birds came to eat it.
Yeah, we were just right there. It's just pretty amazing.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Gosh. To court with his Oakleys.
Yeah.
And that's salt.
Yeah.
Is that in Mexico?
Yeah.
Because we've seen that a couple places in Bon Air.
I think it's the same term. Well, maybe we're skipping to Bon Air and Curacao. Well, no, if this is back at San Diego, we're getting dropped off at the airport.
Is that Mike?
Yeah. I remember feeling very relieved because he came back and dropped us at the airport. It's like, oh, thank God. And then we went to the United Club. It's like, oh, I was just like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, we were just talking about airport lounges and how nice that can be.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the care to press on.
Sure.
You're doing good. Yeah, this is fun. Makes me want to go through my own photos and narrate. Like, this is when I was here and over there. But it's really special to do it with you and get to share the stories, Dad. Thanks.
That's definitely good to look at.
No, I didn't know a lot of these existed. I just have the memories, but it's like, that is how I remember it. I'm not...
Yeah.
Is this Kobe?
This is when Kobe arrives.
I think his name was Super, but Cassie seems to remember it.
I think maybe both. Yeah, I think it was a big formal name, and I think his nickname was Super.
Mm-hmm.
Picked him up with that cardboard cargo thing.
Oh.
He's standing there right away. That's cute.
So, yeah. Lovely. Oh, yeah, and that's one of the best ones there.
It's the cabins. Yeah, that's cute.
Getting a little older and awkward there, but he was cute. It does seem like that was HP Cabins, like you're saying. That must have been at your house, just a nice picture.
And some of the older jumped around because we were younger then. But now you're older and doing
Well, with our good friend Roger.
Roger's house and the rollerblades.
That's the old, I guess, I was using the ping pong table for a ramp and must have broken half at some point, but that's where I would do the flip. Yep.
Yeah, make the ramp.
The front flip.
Well, and then, it's like, imagine what the neighbors think. It's like, there's these hillbilly people, and they got this wild kid, and, this single dad, and, you got a trash pile, and you're making a ramp, and doing a flip. And then, do you remember Roger? He was laying on the ground next to you.
Yeah.
Let me take a picture underneath, because he liked to take photos.
He was a real blessing in our life.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
And the grind rail right there, and then the big trees and the climbing wall.
We had that Christmas lights on that tree.
Oh yeah, you put them way up there. Didn't you make like a saw one of those with like a cardboard thing?
Well, I couldn't get them off. When I sold the house, I couldn't get them off. They're like, you can take those. Do you want to take your things? Like, oh no. I hate you.
Well, and then I think I told you years later, I went back and like kind of a single mom was there with her kids, and she had kind of painted some things white to try to modernize it, but it was like, I grew up here. That was special.
Yeah, you're getting good at your rollerblades, and you think of doing the flip with those heavy skates on. That's just.
I had a video from some of that I was watching.
But at least you have a carefully crafted.
I know. You did the best. Those were the purple top, the light pink, the black bins that you had from the garage with the purple top.
Oh yeah,
remember those boxes?
They were the scrap ones. Yeah, and I didn't build that. You did, so it was like.
Like, what do we have? I think that some of this is cardboard.
Yeah.
Okay, Cassie loving the dolphins.
San Diego Zoo at the dolphins.
Yeah, it's swimming.
Yeah.
Stuff.
There's the Leila house. Junior high for you.
Cassie's got braces. Yeah, we're just going through.
She's got her teeth now. Her growing teeth and braces.
Growing up.
It was the team of 3 then.
Yeah, and playing I remember some of the memories like, oh yeah, learning about computers a little bit or some of that, and then this looks like the church or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Nan's church or where Ramona. It's not the wedding, but we're dressed up for something.
Yeah.
Could be the rehearsal dinner, maybe.
That's a good picture of Cassie. Whoops.
There was Summer. Yeah.
Here, I'm going back. Okay, so that's baby Summer.
Yeah. Big round face. Yeah.
Yep.
Big eyes.
Welcome to the world. Oh,
And
this
then
is nice.
98. It's me and Ellen.
Yeah, is that when you guys met?
Must be. It's first.
Look at her and Elliot.
Yep.
And then there's you and me and Cass.
Yeah, we went skiing somewhere.
Nice, the chairlift photos and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess Jim must not have been there, but it's nice to see Elliot.
Jim was up in Wyoming. And Elliot was 11 with Ellen at that time.
That's nice. Oh, in 1999.
Yeah,
This is when we did the Costa Rica.
The Brady Bunch Shakedown cruise. So
Wow.
Yeah, that was the waterfall in Costa Rica. So, and so we got married in 2000, but we took that trip in '99 down to Costa Rica. And so you look at all the things. So Costa Rica, you're snowboarding, going fishing with Dan, and then look, the Land Cruiser.
That was a great memory.
And all the Dan and Dad and Greg, all of us guys doing the trip, and you.
I guess I was there. I don't have a lot of memories about that.
This was that fishing trip, and then we got on the fast boat to go on the bear tour.
Yeah.
And then a lot of this is Costa Rica. Here's Cassie doing the self-defense class, wrestling that guy. And then Cassia flying an airplane.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
She flew it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you guys, that'll be fun. You can do that. And these balls, they just have these big... I have a feeling we'll see some of that in our adventures here, but we skipped a whole year. It's
there's a whole bunch, yeah.
It's the fishing trip. The Land Cruiser is pretty special.
Yeah. So this was going up to Canada. And it was the guys' trip, and you were one of the guys. And look at you, and there's Pop and all of us.
That's great.
And this is on April Point.
I've been there before. Yeah, and there's the big whirlpool thing nearby that you kind of navigate around.
Yeah.
The tide whirlpool.
Yeah, and so we drive. You go past that to put the boat away every year, but it was like a fishing lodge that we all went, and it was a fishing trip. And then we took the bear viewing thing too once.
Wow!
So we stayed at that lodge. They had a giant checkerboard out on the on the deck. It was sort of like a big patio.
And even seeing these things, it's like when you only have a small experience of something, where it's like Canada. This is maybe when I started to be like, that'd be a fun place to live, or and years later go in there and stuff. It was a good adventure. Yeah. The work and the taxes and stuff obviously were kind of a question mark, but it's neat to get through all that and to get to experience it versus just the vacation.
You give Dan a lot of credit because you look, it's like how special, it's like a moment in time where it's Dad, Dan, me, Greg, us brothers, and you.
Yeah.
It's like just the guys hanging out. We'll just have a good time, go fishing. We flew on went on the boat for where we had the big red suits and the goggles and drive fast, trying to see bears and stuff and go fishing.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And did he have the boat at that time, or was it just chartering?
No, it was just like, it was a fishing lodge. It's like,
did he suggest it or kind of sponsor it? Or
he sponsored that,
yeah. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
He's done a great job sharing his
success. You get that memory forever, because it's like, just what it is, a moment where you can get everyone together to do something like that is really hard and rare and very special. And, and the stories, I think one day we were out, it was raining and we were out on the boat, and, the guys had, for us, we got to look away because the rain's just pelting, and the guy driving the boat just it's like, man, pretty tough stuff.
Yeah. There's Papa and
you get the fishing gear, and the captain, the guide, they do all the work. You just hang out and fish and pull them in when the fish is on there. Like, it's pretty neat stuff. He's like, you need a lot of people. So Dan must have been taking the picture. You should have had that guy taking the picture. Dan in it. That was, we go back, that was Papa's orange phase, the orange hair phase.
Oh, yeah. Was that just he's trying to figure out how to do the dye thing correctly?
Yeah.
And when you're a colorblind guy, you're like, that looks great. We're wearing goggles.
Are we there?
Yeah.
It's cold.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. It could get really cold. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, you're out just, and those boats are fast. You're going 40 miles an hour. It's like, and if it's raining, it's just it's just like getting hail on your face. So,
Jeez, how beautiful though! It's like almost untouched.
yeah, you got to see a bear.
Nice, eating some
Those,
algae.
yeah, so we're parked and you're not getting pelted. And then this is the Costa Rica trip, and so it's like,
Oh, you got a limo to the airport.
Yeah, to the airport. Yeah, Ellie's like, yeah, this is how we do it. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Going to the airport in the limo. And, it's like, okay, we want this Costa Rica trip to turn out.
Yeah, and we're trying. I mean, Jim with his hands in his pockets. It's like, hey, buddy, we're.
Nobody knew anybody back then, and it was just sort of like, well, if the trip is cool enough, hopefully people will be entertained and it'll be okay somehow.
Pretty happy with it, but I know it was a big lift, so thanks for
Yeah, so
Jim and Elliot,
yeah,
Robert and Cassie.
Yeah,
Here, you guys, you can sit on that half and be friends.
yeah,
Taking the tiny plane, and this is where they had balls like at the airport. So
yeah. And
this used to be like an old ball court for the Mayans or something.
Gravel runway. And Ellen was always like, I want to go on the big plane that has 2 engines. And so on the outbound, we were on the big plane that had twin engines. So you felt good about that. And then coming back, they brought 2 little planes, and the kids get in one, we get in the other. It's like, oh, where's my kids? We get in the back of one, and it has the plexiglass windows. One of them were right where your head is. The windows smashed out, where somebody's head had punched a hole through the.
Really?
No. It's just like somebody took a bat and whacked a hole through here in the window. It's like, oh.
Well, it is. I've become more sensitive to stuff, and it's like you go to another country and on a plane that's 40 years old that they don't make parts for anymore, and there are no safety standards.
You got a 20-year-old kid flying it.
Who speaks Spanish?
I'm sure he's a pro.
Jeez.
It's like, well, he doesn't want to die.
Yeah, there's pretty amazing. And then there was the river.
And then you take that open boat from the river that had crocodiles in it, and go out into the ocean, break through the waves, and then go down to the place.
The waves was kind of scary because it's like this is where the waters converge, and that's the lady who did the thing, right? Do you know her name?
Yeah.
It's like Sabrina or something.
Yeah, she's leaving crystals and dolphins are angels and all of that kind of stuff.
And it was sort of her place. She had the pirate who had the doubloons.
Yeah.
And, he used to be a treasure hunter. This is cool.
Yeah, there was a neat waterfall back in. That was kind of fun.
Were these our eco huts?
Yeah.
This was our beach you could walk down to.
Yeah. And there was no dock, and so you just had the Normandy landing, and you get close and go off to shore, and that's where we're staying.
Wow, pretty brave of them to go there and then build this out of stuff that you get from the village, plus some local.
And you got a platform with the little thatched roof.
It's like Boy Scouts
the tents underneath.
Wow, that was pretty cool. Like in retrospect.
Yeah.
Oh, look, was this what we fell on some rocks or something? Jim's got like scratched tummy, maybe.
Well, it's probably just it could be. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's from boogie boarding. You get like raw. Wasn't Elliot playing sand for a day? And I was like, this is fun. The next day I was like, it's sandpapered me.
Yeah, he's like right on the edge, get the gravel treatment. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Every time I go surfing again, you get these like rib knuckles where you're bored. Anyway, parrots. They had parrots.
Yeah.
This is right before I cut the crap out of my hand with the knife, trying to get probably that knife. I'm like trying to get it, and it's bleeding all over the place.
Let's play with knives. Yeah.
Oh, more naked shots.
Yeah.
That's fun. Oh, rappelling.
Yeah. We did a lot to Costa Rica. The zip lines, rappelling.
It was a success. I mean, it seemed difficult.
But I think it was a big success because but it was just sort of like, what do you got? And it's like we had handlers. We had, Lloyd drove us in the van, and it's like boom, things were happening, And every day it's like, oh, what are we doing? We're going to a volcano. We're going to ride horses. Oh, we're going to do a zip line. We're going to hike into an ancient hot springs. Like, oh, we're going to Arnold, the volcano. It's like it was a happening trip.
And seeing that we did Tablacan, the hot springs, is that what you're saying? And then right there is the volcano. You could see the crumbling rock and like the orange from the
at night
lava.
you can see the lava rock boulders running down the hill.
The size of Volkswagen Beetles.
Yeah.
And we hiked up in that field, and part of the hike was kind of like you're on those big boulders. It was like you're jumping from rock to rock.
Yeah.
Anyway, more beach stuff, finding more animals. Found like an aphid or something. Katie did.
Huh.
Oh yeah, this one I made. You see the Quicksilver logo? It's like we're boogie boarding, but these waves are closeout waves. So there's nowhere to go. You catch it and that's it.
Yeah.
This is where I almost drowned, I think. So this is on the beach by our place, where it's just like, and the river might have come out somewhere up here.
This is where Elliot just like, grind in here.
That might have been the first time he was ever at the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look at those
round
stone walls.
Yeah.
They claim that the ancient people made them. They're all over, and they don't know why. It's like it's kind of.
And they're big and brown. It's like, how he's like, okay, you can go to Home Depot and get anything you want. You got to make one of those. It's like,
yeah. How do you even start with a rock that was?
It's like I can buy concrete and every tool I want, make it turn out that good. It's like I don't think I could.
And maybe if that's volcanic rock, you find it somewhere and then you roll it, but nothing smooth. And they're heavy. It was maybe there's a big statue with a bead necklace and just all the beads went, or this is the top of a breast of an underground statue, but it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
That's one of the stories I would kind of tell. It's like, yeah, in Costa Rica, there's big balls there. It's kind of from the ancient people.
That's a good picture.
Yeah. Kind of climbing up. It's like for one of those radio antennas or something. Like climbing up in the forest, doing the zip line. That's a pretty, now at my age, you're like, you don't want to fall off of anything, and you just clip in and go for it. Do you do anything like that when you're in China and Asia?
Oh, recently?
When you go, or
they have stuff like that. A lot of the stuff is sort of the adventure stuff. It's like, it doesn't appeal to me much because it's like, well, am I going to get rattled and beat up? And, and sometimes it's like, well, you got to hold on tight. It's like, oh man, I hurt my arm because and is it really worth it? When you're young, the bragging rights, dude, let's go for it. Or the bungee where you're hanging upside down, you bend over backwards. It's like that time I did that ice climbing and I hurt my back. It'd be like, note to self.
Don't want to have that again.
No.
Even the thing in Vegas, I was happy that when I jumped off the stratosphere, it was a smooth decline. It wasn't a bounce, a bungee thing.
Yeah.
And then when I was with Nargis up in the mountains of, Whistler, we did zip line. And again, now it's modern. It's like you've got a 5-point harness thing and weight is evenly distributed. But this was the right time to do it, And thanks for taking us on a cool experience. We're in the waterfall.
It was kind of simple because you got the leather glove. You're your own brake on that one.
Good luck!
Yeah.
That's a nice picture of us.
Yeah, the big waterfall that you could go by.
Yeah. Playing in the waterfalls. And happy.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's nice. Place. We kind of have the jungle outfits, and it's so hot. It's like you're kind of unbuttoned, but you want to not get stuff on your skin.
Had jungle shirts and gear.
That's the water bottle pack that you can sit on. But, oh, remember this one? Check it out. Jim and I were looking at a lizard. That's a great candid shot. Erosion.
Oh, this is when we went down that trail. There's the hot springs down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is from way earlier, but it's like
that master guy.
Yeah. Oh, is that because they're wetting down the road?
Look at that. That was a nice Land Cruiser.
Oh, really? It was. And we took great care of it.
Yeah, it all checked out. You got the ski right. Didn't drive for shit on the snow. It was terrible. I remember driving once. It's like, man, I'm not doing anything. And I'm just thinking, this is awful.
Well, we took really good care of this stuff. Do you remember it had the black thing on the back, and we kind of took it off and blacked it and put it back on, and we waxed it, and it was good learning, good practice.
Yeah, but it was good to get rid of it.
Kinda. Even these days, we could have these cool old cars, but it's like, well, there's no airbag, and if it doesn't handle that great, the gas mileage 12 miles per gallon or something.
Yeah.
But learning how to lock the hubs and get out into low, four-wheel drive low, or whatever, where the engine goes slow and you can crawl.
Yeah.
It's like your recent trips to Moab or whatever when the rock climbing.
Yeah, if we're out in the desert or something, that would be cool. If I'm going up to Alaska, that'd be a heck of a thing. That would be pretty good for that, but not for...
Might beat it up a little.
Not for snow driving.
Okay, we're all the way to 2000.
2000, we're getting married here.
26 years ago.
Yeah.
There you go. Sailboats, singing in the choir. Well, it seems like we'll kind of go through the photos.
Yeah.
This is when I remember computers were kind of new, and it was like your HP. Was this in that front room on Blue Leaf now? Do you
This
think?
was at Lee Isla, I think, before we got married. In the front room, I think. Because it doesn't look like my office on Blue Leaf, or did it? Do you think?
I don't know, because then this could be where we cut out the thing. In any case, it's like...
You might be right. Yeah.
But yeah, that computer, I remember that one in particular. 2 drives, so you could like burn discs, and that was kind of the new thing, internet. And
A little floppy and CDs.
yeah, Taco Bell was still a favorite. There's the nice picture of like... We got new rims. So if we go back to this other picture... Oh, because it's... It was. If I'm just trying to go back to that picture...
You just passed it.
Did I?
Yeah. Go forward. Yeah.
There it is. So look at those rims.
These are chrome.
They're nice,
Yeah.
right? And it's got the triangles, but then for some reason, this was your doing. You were like, these are better rims somehow. Maybe they gave us bigger
Maybe we got
tires,
some
snow tires, and it's like you need a certain...
Tires and everything.
But yeah, that's kind of a classic look. And we had the wind, the bug.
Yeah, it's a really nice looking vehicle. It's really nice.
And there's the black that we did. To me, it was the memories of these, just kind of fixing it up together.
Yeah, and look the little dam in front of the...
Yeah, that was when Yakima racks, back to like the technology, part of what I noticed looking back in time is like, there were new things that people could get. We were kind of on the cutting edge, whether it was rollerblades or, skiing and stuff.
Yeah.
And isn't this right where the new house was?
Yeah, not bad for a high school kid.
No, I mean, I was grateful. I think we kind of split it, and I pitched in some, and it was like $8,000 or something. I think maybe you bought it because you were like, we'll buy it if the family can use it.
Yeah, I bought it. I don't think you had much money for splitting at that point. It's like,
I was saving because I was Wendy's, McDonald's, Albertsons,
Yeah.
Paper Route, Grandpa's Farm. I mean, I did save money, but it might have been
Yeah, I don't think for this it was
for college or something. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I did take care of it, never wrecked it. Got the oil changed. So is this your wedding? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wedding time.
Looking nice. Got a nice haircut.
The two of us, yeah.
Yeah.
The Wild Lane, the bed breakfast in Loveland by the Devil's Backbone.
Yeah, that place is pretty special. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
Just
John Wade was taking pictures. You and Ramona sang.
Oh yeah. There's the You Always. That's cool. It's nice. Was Mona still living in Dallas at that time? And just come out for the wedding?
I don't remember that. Huh.
Because for a while she wanted you, it was like, come visit me in Dallas, and then eventually she moved to town. But in any case, it was nice that she was there. And
This is you making a toast at her wedding.
there we go. And there's Scott and Ramona and Greg, and that must be Sam. Lisa and Greg and Sam. Ellen, Jim, Dan, Bridget, and Summer.
Yeah, you're right.
That's great. Playing with Summer.
Right.
some
With other kids, yeah.
That's fun. Happy little faces.
Playing with kids.
So we're doing great. Got the last album. You ready?
There you go. Let's do it.
There we go. I know that last picture, huh? Mm-hmm. That was a good choice. Thanks for putting all the love and care into this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Somewhere in a cave. We remember we did that cave crawl up at like.
I think this
Cave
is
of the Winds?
I think this is Curacao or Bonaire.
Oh, we did
The
like
island, and there was a cave that had, underwater, had water in it. Yeah.
We had so many things. There's the one where you turn off all the lights and the shrimp would come nibble you, and then there's the one that was like a cenote where you drop down from above, and then this kind of reminds me of Bermuda when you came out to visit.
That's what I was thinking it was, but then Cassie's there. I was like, as we go through it, it'll probably show the water. So I think it's Bonaire, Curacao. You look at everybody's tan because it's an island place.
That's a nice picture. The cool picture. This is my cave. I'm Batman.
Yeah. Oh, there you are in the tree.
That's a fun picture.
I think the trail is called 1,000 Steps or something like that. You go down to the ocean.
Huh. Well, and rash guards and Quicksilver, and I was starting to get really into surfing. The idea of surfing.
There's the steps. Or maybe it's just you and I now. It's in the walker.
Yeah, just out on the sidewalk, I guess. Feels like they're pretty close. But yeah. Snorkeling picture. That's neat.
Yeah. It's pretty good to get, because I'm sure this was just those, underwater plastic box, wind-up box camera.
Yeah. So the waterproof ones.
Yeah. So to get a picture like this on a camera like that, that's pretty good. That's probably one out of the 40 pictures of the box, but.
Well, yeah, it's nice that we did it, and in some ways, they just had a storm, and like it kind of wrecked some of the coral.
Yeah, it was like, well, it's sort of like, the quote was better the other times, but it's like
because the sand, it's like dust,
Yeah, every island, there's always something. So
sorry. Wow, that's more.
But the water, it's still pretty clear. It's kind of what it looks like around dams,
Yeah.
And even for coral, it's like that's still a decent picture for that camera.
Absolutely.
It's color and then just get recognizable face pictures where it's still pretty amazing.
And thank you. I think you bought this stuff for us. I remember this. It kind of had the water out, air in. They were pretty fancy snorkel gear, and maybe even had a nozzle here where it could like blast out because it collects the water, and that way you don't breathe it in.
Yeah.
Remember, it's like we brought our own good stuff. Oh yeah, that fishing trip. I think this is when I had to kill the fish with the boppet on the head. Sorry, fish.
Take the bat, whack it.
Whack it again.
No.
Yeah.
It was like black fish. Was like, no, we're gonna eat all this. Look what we caught. It's like, oh, this is awful.
And you don't even get that much. It's like a whole fish, and then
and this was where we took you guys out, and after a couple hours, you're like, I hate this. Go back. We told the guy, it's like we'll go back, and he was disappointed. It's like. And then they, because he wanted us to catch a bunch more fish. I said, we want to eat what we got. I was like, well.
When they cook it like that, it's like you do the work.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to be brave. I don't want to eat any. How much of this do you want? You can each have two fish. I don't want any. Yeah.
You need extra lime to numb your taste buds.
I'm sure almost all of that went back.
Well, yeah. And a lot of this is San Diego shirts, California fins, and it was a fun time of discovery and kind of new chapters, like you're saying. But
fins, the fish tacos in San Diego.
That's good.
2001.
Okay.
The bigger cast of characters on the banana boat.
That's right. And
what about this? Remember?
Oh, the biplane.
Flying in the biplane in San Diego. More San Diego surfing.
Mm-hmm.
That was you and I on our road trip, so you got to go surfing.
And finally, that was the California one.
This was, I think that's Zion National Park.
It does look like Zion. Elliot wins the championship.
Yeah.
That was a big deal for him. Cassie gets her first reds.
Yeah.
And then Roxy enters the picture.
Yeah. Ellen and I, we went to Australia. This is Australia.
Oh, wow, that's right, because you started doing some fun special trips. It was like, we've tried with the kids, let's have our own.
And this is Mazatlan, Jim with the iguana. Sorry.
Get close, but I don't touch it.
Yeah, so the only time I violated it. And then he had his
I remember you got a
I'm
poncho.
a High Plains drifter, and everybody on and then this is the editing the Roxy on the
Oh,
too.
I almost missed that.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Who's this? Is Cassie and then
I think she must have had like an East Coast trip or something like that.
in New York City? Did you and Ellen go?
I think she went to Oh, I think we went to the Thanksgiving Day parade after 9/11.
Oh, because yeah, that looks to me like that New York spot where there's the triangle building
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
and Roxy and Kobe getting along. So yeah, there we are on the banana boat.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool, and got the new color.
New Oakleys, yeah. Get your headphones on.
That's right. There's the wraparound behind the ears ones. That was fun. And I'm lucky because I really didn't have a lot of zits and stuff growing up. Maybe eating healthy or getting exercise, but I'm grateful for that.
I think maybe this the Mossad one or something. Jim and I, I think we all went on.
Mm-hmm.
Which movie that is.
It's familiar.
Yeah.
This must have been surfing in San Diego. I don't know if I got a lesson or something or what's
Mm.
because it has fins, so it's not Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was
Well,
just,
this is you and I in San Diego.
and that must have just been a stranger. Or something. You were taking pictures, and it's like I was just standing there
I
getting.
remember a couple pictures. There were some good pictures of you by yourself. And this, you had the burgundy.
Yeah,
Outback.
that's
So
right, because I
it's just
traded the
middle one.
Subaru or the.
And you got the surfboard
Land
to
Cruiser.
take, and so it's a road trip for you to go to San Diego.
That was really special.
Because it's like, okay, forever. It's like, I want to go surfing. It's like, okay, we can do it.
Yeah, and the new house, and that's a nice smile, Dad. You did a good job.
I do stuff. We're having fun.
Oh, there's the biplane.
And then doing the biplane, it's like you look back and it's like, man, we did a lot of stuff. It's like how many people.
This isn't even. I'm thinking on new stuff. I'm like, there's a lot of.
Well, because you're like, I haven't done anything. It's like you've done a ton. It's like, and that plane, that's a plane that was from the 1920s or 1930s. It's not a new plane. That's one they've maintained. I remember looking at the wheels and some of the stuff. It's like that's the same stuff they used on the Model A. It's a totally good. And it's just got it has a fabric skin stretched over the frame.
Wow.
Yeah, a bunch of metal wires, but it might even be wood inside the wings. So.
It's pretty neat. And just the engine's just kind of out there.
Yeah, that was totally cool. The rotor engine. That's I thought that was lucky to. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, in the bind. I mean, very cool. Wow. So the pilot was like behind us?
Yeah, this pilot sits in the back.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It
was just on the way, stop someplace. It's like, yeah, look what I'm doing. It's like, okay.
Taking the fun pictures. Part of the road trip, probably.
Yeah, that was a good picture. I like that one.
Me too. And it's the same rash guard from Costa Rica, if you remember earlier. It's neat. And buying the surfboard. I'm out there like, oh, wow, great picture. You've got the people doing the parasailing or whatever.
Well, that's me, chasing you with a plastic box camera to get all these shots.
Did you have flippers? Because it's kind of dangerous if you're out there without a board. Or maybe you had a boogie board.
It's sort of like your snowboard. Just like, I'm going to do the jump. Get down there. It's black. I'm on a snowboard.
What happened to Dad? Riptide got him. Thank you. But yeah, this angle was just spectacular.
Yeah.
And because I wanted to have a picture of like, look, I went surfing, I got up, paddle in and miss the wave. Dang it, get big forward more on the front of the board. Is this Scripps?
I think it looks like Scripps, like on that back patio.
Looking down.
Yeah, because there's the plate out there.
And last time I went to Scripps, it kind of looked like this. These places are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, this is when Pop's like, want to make a deal?
Yeah. Look at that.
Meet me at the tattoo shop.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. See, I have all these pictures from when I lived in, it's like after the first 18 years where I'm like, oh, I'm living in Lindamar. And then Pop drove out, and here he is with his friend, and we're holding the surfboard. You know the one I'm talking about, the silver Subaru?
Well, that's your car in the front.
Yeah. That's right. And here we are on the way back, stopping by Dan.
Yeah.
And then Bridget. That's a good one. And then this is my graduation party,
Yeah.
which was so fun in the backyard to have the green belt and invite a bunch of friends. Or
We had the dance thing set up, and I think people had a good time.
I do too. Oh, and Cassie and her friend. So it was kind of that's fun. I think that's Cassie's friend. And the big hair, kind of like Ben does now.
No shoes. Oh, because it's the plastic on the concrete.
Yeah.
Huh.
The Dance Dance Revolution. It's fun. I remember the food table where you could kind of make your own thing, and then the deck where, look at the leather jacket kind of stuff.
Yeah. Kobe looking for scraps.
He's looking a little overgrown there.
Yeah.
And we had like a little concert, played a few songs. That's fun. Kind of neat that it all came together.
You had your electric guitar and your amp there.
Yeah, the Princeton chorus. Remember that? You helped to get that, set it up.
Huh.
Appreciate that. That's my good friend. Yeah, he's a Mormon dude. He ended up working for Google and still lives, I don't know where he lives at, maybe California, but he's one of the good guys. Yeah, there's my friend Alex Maholka. It's nice.
Oh, yeah, John White took these pictures. I've never seen your pictures.
It's the kind of the graduation. Remember this? Playing. That's still there, and I think of that every time I go there. I'm like, you can pretend to be just a little bit. It'd be nice, hanging upside down. We didn't get far back enough to make it, because it's just like, why is this photo upside down? It's not just
you put it in wrong, yeah. That's funny.
It's very 90s. Let's see. Oh, and this was the one that I had fun. It's like, a picture is worth 1,000. A thought is worth 1,000 pictures. Life. You never know until you try how far you can jump or if you can fly. That's my one to submit to the yearbook. Love you, Dad. You made it.
The end for now.
For now. Yes.
And just think that only takes you less than half a way to where you are now.
Jeez. Yeah, it's...
What have you done since then?
And there's so many chapters. The hard part is, if you look at some of these things, it's like, I've got albums here. There's my friend Charlie in college, and we're walking around, and then, there's just so much stuff. All these great photos. So I'll be able to go through some of this stuff.
Well, it was fun to do. I think it'll be a neat record. Thanks. I'm glad you had the technology to kind of bring it together.
Yeah. Me too. Love you, Dad.
Love you too. It was fun to see all the photos, tell all the stories.
Here's the next 18 years, if you make it. Keep on eating healthy and working out. Love ya.
Well, 18 years, it'll almost be 90s.
That's my point, yeah. Well, Pop made it to 96, and we're either going to have a civil war or they'll have life-enhancing drugs and robots.